Hello, everybody, and welcome to a special weekend edition of Indoor Adventures. This week, however, is actually going to be a game that is not being GM'd by me, which all you audiocast listeners out there might not be aware of. But this week, LB is our GM as we continue our adventure that we started on Extra Life. It was the last game of the evening that we ended up playing. We were tired. Shit got weird, and RJ fell asleep. It was a good time.
I was a weak boy. I had work 2 hours later.
Bad choice.
Bad choices.
Yeah. LB, take us away. Tell us more about this.
Do you want to do like channel announcements, like merch and stuff?
Yes. So, first off, hey, audiocast listeners, there are so many of you. Did you know that you can actually find us live at twitch.tv/The Indoor Adventurer? We are there Monday and Tuesday nights, 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And it is on that Twitch site that you actually can find an easier way to access our merch, which we have a store of, which is pretty cool. We got shirts that have an amazing picture of Captain Oliviette, the Drow Sea Captain, as well as Coriander in her moon form. We have t-shirts that I am wearing underneath this sweater vest. I'll try and see if I can get a good... It says the dragons were the friends we made along the way, and then it even has little pixel versions of all of our friends.
That's so fucking terrifying.
Yeah. It's great. Then we also have a Patreon that's up, so if you would like to support us on Patreon as well as get access to our Discord server, then you totally can do that here. And I will post that in the link below. Or in the chat. I will post it in the chat. RJ, you donated bits, and hello JD. So, I think that is it for my announcements. Do other people have announcements for the upcoming week? Oh, yes we do. We are going to be playing this Wednesday, now that our my Never Wednesday stream with Reeves is done. We are going to be starting up a Curse of Strahd campaign being run by Wings that I am very excited that we get to play in. So, check us out on Wednesday, 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for a new campaign that day as well. So that is it officially, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I'll remember in like 5 minutes something more.
That's fine. The start of the game is usually pretty slow. We are playing Kids on Bikes tonight. I will be running the game, your local LB. How you doing? We're probably not going to be as goofy tonight because we have all slept relatively well. At least we're not going on like 20 hours, 22 hours or something like that. Oh, that was
such a great day.
And it was, because we raised over $1,000 for the children, for the chitlins. So I think what we should do is kind of go around and we're going to introduce our characters, give backstory about things that had happened before, and what has happened since the last game. But I will give a quick overview of the events that took place 4 years ago for most of these children, who are now young adults, one might say, or high schoolers. So, 4 years ago, on this very night, somewhere close, the four children, Chad, Dylan, Trey, and Wendy, took to their bikes because they heard of a rumor that the high school basement was haunted. They all snuck out of their houses, met up with each other at the Paul Bunyan statue in their lovely town of Edison, which is in the middle podunk town in Michigan. They rode their bikes to the high school, subverting some tech geeks from the IT club, or the AV club, and then they made their way through the school, avoiding the security guard And when they made it to the basement, they heard some crying, found out that there was, in fact, a ghost down there. A girl who was crying over her tests that she had to take. She had passed away in the school. People kind of forgot that she was in there. And our intrepid adventurers convinced her that, and mostly Dylan, convinced her that through the power of D&D, all things are possible. And that she could move on, which she did. The gang freaked out once she left and then rode home. Dylan, having lied to his mother about going to catch fireflies with Wendy, went out, caught some fucking fireflies, came back, and they all went their separate ways. So, yes. So why don't we start with let's start with Wendy. Let's tell everyone a little bit about your history, your personal history, and then what you've been up to over the past 4 years.
Alrighty. Well, what do you want to know?
So where did you grow up? What's your home life like? A bit about your personality, that sort of stuff.
All right. Well, Wendy is a really sporty girl. She's very active, and she's very popular in. She was very popular in middle school. She was next door neighbors with Dylan, and she used to be a lot more concerned about her, public image, and like was secretly friends with him, but is now more openly hanging out with him at lunch and stuff, and she doesn't really seem to care very much about her popularity anymore. She has an older sister who has recently gone off to college, and her parents are pretty well-to-do, but are very eager to be empty nesters, so they're like pressuring her to get scholarships and stuff. What else? She likes sports. She's kind of stubborn, hot-headed, and a little bit confrontational. But ultimately, she's got a good heart, and she really, she really loves her friends, and she's very loyal to them.
All right, and let us move over to Trey. Who is Trey, and what has he been up to?
So Trey McCormick lives with his mother in a trailer home across the train tracks on the other side of town. He kind of grew up with free reign, doing whatever he wanted, and kind of tries to put on this persona of, the tough guy. Let's see. He's mostly interested in just pretty much setting himself up right in life so that he can take care of himself and maybe his mom later on later down the line. So like college and all that's not really in his head at all. Just trade skills and such. And he's picked up a few that he really likes that he feels would ruin his image if other people knew about it.
Cool. And let's move to Chad.
Oh,
Chad
hello.
Chill.
I am Chad Broflovsky. Broflovsky? Yes, that's how you pronounce it, right?
Broflovsky.
Broflovsky. Over the years, Chad has been trying to separate himself from all the supernatural shit that's been going on, but he just can't seem to get away. They just pull me back in. He is an unwitting accomplice to Dylan whenever that shit pops up. Usually they would find themselves reading about what's going on and then going into like Chad's storeroom that his family keeps and then grabbing stuff like lots of salt, lots of fireplace pokers. Chad's actually looking into going to college. He's been very interested in actually auto shop, which I guess he and Trey have No, never mind. He and Wendy might be a little interested in. And he plays D&D with Dylan on his free time. Oh, he's also running for student body president. So that'll be fun.
Also, forgot to mention Trey also plays D&D with Dylan and loves it.
Wendy gets roped into D&D with Dylan and Tom.
Wendy is the half-orc barbarian of our group.
That's true. She's the kind of person that shows up and stops paying attention until it's her turn in combat, and then she just wrecks.
Sounds good. All right, and Dylan.
My name's Dylan.
Okay.
So I won't do it for the introduction because that would just be a lot to get through. So what were the questions? Just a little bit about myself?
Yep, a little bit about yourself, your home life, and what you've been doing for the past 4 years.
My mom is sick and she has not gotten better. That is a fact. So my plans for going to college are like go to a local community college so that way I can still stay at home and take care of my mom because she's a sweet old gal. As Chad said, I kind of rope him into doing weird occult things with me because ever since I got my ghost girlfriend, who I helped dispel from her resting place beneath the high school, I have definitely become much more interested in wanting to know about like real world occultism and not just the kind that's in my books. This is happening around this time of the Satanic Panic as like a general principle as well. So like me being like, I read Dungeons and Dragons books. Who wants to try this spell book? Be like, I don't know about this. My mom says that's not cool. But his mom is just like, it's whatever. It's fine. So I've just been doing that. As far as like, I don't know if we're talking about classes that we're into yet. Because again, mine is that I think I'm going to work as like a banker or something. I'm pretty good at math, so like going into accounting would probably be a good fit for me.
All right, cool. And the newest member of our little party, Crash.
I'm the new kid in town. I moved in recently next to Chad. We live in the upscale neighborhood, and I am totally rebelling against my parents. They want me to be somebody I don't want to be, and this is a new place, and I can even be more of who I want to be. I'm a loner weirdo, and I love me some Cthulhu and cultism, and hence I immediately were hooked up with like Dylan, and it was like, oh, Satan, yes, let's do this.
Yeah.
And much to Chad's chagrin, you know, I'm the one who will throw the rocks at his window to wake him up to get him to come out with us and go to the graveyard and whatnot. Crash, I don't know how Crash and Wendy get along because I don't know. We'll figure it out.
I guess we'll figure it out, honestly. Yeah.
He wanted to be called Crypto, but when he moved to town, one of the first things that happened on a crazy dare sort of thing, he had a total wipeout on his skateboard, and like broke some bones or whatever, and so he had his wing in a sling for a while. So the nickname Crash stuck, and he's like made it his. I think that's it for now.
All right, sounds good. How are you and Trey together? You guys have different upbringings but similar.
If you're still kind of the tough guy and stuff, I'm the guy who either starts the fight or jumps in at a drop of a hat, where like you're like maybe posturing and I'm just like bam.
You're the one that rolls in and throws the first punch whenever there's trouble.
Yeah, sure.
I like that.
And then you got to bail me out.
And then I got to back him up. I
'cause
can't.
I've got the grit.
Can't let him get hurt.
Cool. All right, sounds great. So I'm just going to do a little housekeeping real quick. We're going to go over the character stats because that is different in the system than what most of us are used to, and just need a refresher. So everyone has 6 stats. They have brains, brawn, fight, flight, charm, and grit. Brains determines how book smart your character is, how well they understand problems and how they're doing in school, how quickly they're able to solve academic type problems. Brawn determines how much brute strength your character has. It does not determine how well they can fight, just how well they can lift things, how much physical damage they can take, and it also determines how physically intimidating your character is. Fight is determine how good your character is in combat with whatever weapons or fighting skills you decide your character knows. Like it has to do with like you don't know how to use a gun really well if you've never picked up a gun, or if you've never been in a knife fight. If you pick up a knife, not going to be that effective at it, but you have the brute strength to get behind it. Flight is pretty much as it is. How well they are skilled at evading their problems, both literally and figuratively. Characters with high flight stat might be fast to go through a trap or get away physically and verbally. Charm, the stat determines how socially inept your character is and how good they are at reading their emotions of other people or groups of people. Characters with high charm stats will be able to talk themselves out of tough situations into good ones with relative ease. Grit is a stat that determines how hard it is to break the characters emotionally or physically. Characters with a high grit will be able to keep a level head in the worst situations and will be able to use their cool even when pushed hard. So if anyone you all have your stats in front of you from before. If anyone wants to change their stats and thinks that they'd be better at one thing or another thing, you can definitely do that because it's been 4 years. You're getting into adulthood now, and yeah.
Okay.
I want to change my fight and charm.
Okay.
I didn't think I was that good at fighting to begin with. Definitely more of a talker. I'm a real life bard.
What are your what die rules are you changing?
I am just changing a D8 and a D6.
Okay.
Yep. Yep.
I think I'm gonna do the same with my fight and charm because I'm trying to be charming, which is gonna be a D6 and a D4.
Okay.
I'm not a fighter.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do something similar.
Okay.
Right now, my fight is my D4,
Okay.
and I don't think that's true to Wendy
Right.
at all.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm gonna make her. I'm gonna give her a D. I'm gonna switch my fight and charm, actually, like everybody else, because my charm is a D10.
Yeah.
So we'll make my charm a D4.
So you're losing that popularity, but becoming tough.
She's getting a little more fighty. She's a little more stubborn.
Do you have a silver tooth or some shit now? Like, did you lose like?
Oh shoot!
I'm pretty sure if you lose it,
somebody's got to have braces.
Dylan totally has brace.
We're going to the graveyard to study dead things.
Oh, God.
No, I take it back.
No, make me the mad scientist. It's Dylan's destiny.
I think what's it? Chad had braces at some point, but then now he just has a retainer.
Yeah.
I think that I think Wendy tore an ACL at some point, and that might have been when she met Crash. They met in the hospital, and then Dylan came to visit visit one or the two of them, and realized, oh shoot, both of you guys are here. Well, while we're here, this is
I like the
Wendy.
idea
This is Crash, Wendy.
I like
While
the
you're here,
idea
I'll hold you hostage.
of going to visit you and being like, I learned a healing spell, Wendy. Just lay still. And Crash is like, what? What did you say? Like, just leans in from over the barrier.
Yeah. Mohawk first, just.
Love it.
Excellent.
Trey, are you happy with your?
I think so. Yeah, no, I'm pretty pleased with how my stats look right now.
Okay. And as far as your skills go, is anyone going to switch? We moved them from kids to teens, so they don't have quick healing anymore, and they have rebellious. But does anyone want to switch their 2 stats that they took before?
I'm gonna say yes because I don't remember mine.
Same.
Okay.
And do we? Yeah, I think we need.
You want me to go through them?
Yes.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Okay, let me find that page in my book.
Like, they're pretty descriptive, but like,
yes.
what do they do mechanically?
Let me
I
find
have a
that
copy
page.
of the book as well.
Ah.
Character building. We did that a long time ago. I feel like finishing touches. I've gone too far.
Actually, gonna switch my fight in brawn as well. So now my fight is a D8.
Oh, I think it's at the back. Actually, there's like a table for it.
Oh, I had loyal and heroic. That's right.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to be a hero, like in my tabletop games.
That is not.
Okay. Cool under pressure. You may spend an adversary token to take half your die value instead of rolling in a snap decision. Okay, so let's review something real quick, because last time we did not play we did not play correctly because it was very late and I could not think about it. So there are 2 types of actions that you can take. One is a planned action and one is a snap decision. The planned action is you can see something coming. It's like you can make a plan about it. Snap decisions are if you're coming up to a dude and you're not quite sure what's going to happen and he punches you in the face or something like that, or like an alarm goes off and you need to act. That would be a snap decision. And then let's see, where is the all right. Adversary tokens are your ability. I feel like they're like fate points where you can use them in like as a fate token if you guys have played Fate, which we all have, right?
Yeah, all of us were in the Weird West game.
Oh, that's right. Oh my gosh.
We just keep coming back.
Yeah, right. Let's see. I'm trying to. Hey, GB, can you pull out a sniper gun? Can you look up real quick how many adversary tokens everyone gets at the beginning, and then I'll go through the.
Will do.
Several.
The strengths. Yeah, I assume so.
I feel like it's 3 from what I remember.
Yeah, something like that. But I'll go through the strengths, which are your stats. So cool under pressure, you may spend 1 adversary token to take half of your die's value instead of rolling on a snap decision. So if you have a very high one and you just want to take half instead of rolling and maybe failing. Easygoing, gain 2 adversary tokens when you fail instead of 1. So every time you fail a roll, which there are, we'll go through, and anytime you roll for something, if you, there are guidelines for failures and successes, and if you fail, not necessarily the worst thing in the world, but you do gain 1 adversary token every time you fail. If you take easygoing, you get 2. Gross. This is the one we thought Dylan would have, but
Gross.
you have some sort of, some kind of gross bodily tick, smelly, loud, quiet, up to you, that you can do on command. So this would be like...
I get scared and just exude stench.
Yes, exactly. Or like if you can hock a loogie really well or something like that.
I can pee the farthest.
We tested it.
Anytime I want. Heroic, you do not need the GM's permission to spend an adversary token or to ignore your fears. Heroic, you do not need your GM. Intuitive, you may spend 1 adversary token to ask your GM about your surroundings, an NPC, or the like. The GM must answer honestly. That's a big old one. Loyal, each of the adversary tokens you spend to help your friends give them a +2 instead of +1. Lucky, you may spend 2 adversary tokens to reroll a stat check. Prepared, you may spend 2 adversary tokens just happen to have one. Wait, to just happen to have one commonplace item with you. Oh, I see. So, this would be like, oh, we need a flashlight. If you guys didn't bring one, oh, I have one because I'm prepared. Protective, add +3 to rolls when defending your friends. Quick healing, you recover from injuries more quickly and you don't suffer lasting effects from most injuries. Rebellious, add +3 to rolls when persuading or resisting persuasion from children, and +3 to rolls when resisting persuasion from adults. And that will be for teens as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Skilled at, if anybody wants to pick a proficiency basically. Yeah, right. Sports. You are assumed to succeed when making even moderately difficult checks, 9 or less, involving this skill. So if it is skateboarding, you can just do a badass grind on something really well. Tough. If you lose a combat roll, add +3 to the negative number, so you take less damage. You still lose the roll no matter what, but you could reduce your loss to -1. So you still take damage, but if they do 8 damage, it's just 5. Treasure hunter. You may spend 1 adversary token to find a useful item in your surroundings. Unassuming. You may spend 2 adversary tokens to not be seen within reason. If you're in a field, it's not just like, I fall down. Wealthy. You may spend money as though you were in a higher age bracket. For example, like a kid can be a teen. That's not something we're going to worry about tonight. Spending money, because it's going to be, again, a nighttime adventure.
Yeah, so I gotta go to the mini mart.
Yeah, right?
Pick up some snacks.
Yeah. Does anyone have any questions?
Not so far, no.
Do not.
So, the strengths that I ended up picking were... Because we picked 2, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I picked heroic and loyal.
Sounds good.
Didn't change
right.
anything.
Yep. Cool.
Chad Brochill?
Kept mine at lucky and prepared.
Okay. Trey?
Yeah, I kept mine as intuitive and protective.
Okay. Winde?
I'm pretty sure before I was cool under pressure.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that doesn't describe Wendy anymore. So I'm taking easygoing purely for the mechanical benefit of, like, I feel like she bounces back really easy. Like,
okay.
So, and I also took skilled at sports. Sports.
You can hit every home run.
I'm skilled at skateboarding, and I am prepared. I have a messenger bag that I always carry with me. Nuclear war can be anytime.
All right. Sounds great. So everyone keep track of your stuff. If you have any questions or anything like that during the event, this is us all learning the game again for the first time. So the book is not that big. It will not be hard to find answers.
It will be a little hard. Adversary tokens.
Yeah.
The only reference I found to it is that you get them when you fail.
Okay.
Oh.
So I will say everyone starts with 3.
Right.
Yeah. Because we're not going to be doing. I mean, we're not going to be doing too much where you're going to have to roll a lot.
For a generous and merciful GM.
Yes. Well.
Show the same kindness in Barovia. I don't like that.
I say.
All right. So if y'all are ready, does anyone have any questions before we begin?
No.
All right. Cool. So the year is 1985. MacGyver, the Golden Girls are on television. Heat is on the radio with Like a Virgin by Madonna playing all the fucking time. Careless Whisper, Power of Love by Huey Lewis and the News is just pumping. You guys, no one's moved, so you all live in the same places. The town is still quiet and small. You guys have been going to school. Your school is very small as well. The high school has more people in it, but you guys have kind of kept to your social groups. Wendy, do you hang out with the popular kids anymore? You said you don't.
Well, she probably does, but like she gets a lot of sidelong glances and stuff. She doesn't get invited to as many parties anymore, but like she just goes where she wants.
All right, cool. It's been 4 years since the event in the basement that had y'all shook for a while. Some of you might think, hey, that was just a thing that happened. Some of you might think that we were kids and, it definitely didn't happen like that. But with your new friend Crash moving to town, he has told you that he has found a sweet abandoned warehouse out in the woods on the east side of town. And you guys have all made plans to go out and play some Dungeons and Dragons in the said building because that'd be badass to actually be in a dungeon when playing the game. So, what time did you guys all decide to meet up?
A dungeon master has to prepare. I need to go early.
You would like to go there early by yourself?
No, not early by myself, but like I would prefer like an early set out time for us to go. Cause like gotta set the mood for I kinda do want to go early, but I feel like that would be a really bad play.
You totally can if you'd like.
Oh, depending on the
I wanna do it because I wanna surprise them with cool shit.
depending on the time zone. 7:30, 8:30 sounds good.
Would you have told anyone that you're going early?
I would have told Crash.
Good.
There's probably no way I would like not go because I'm like, oh, he's gonna set stuff up.
All right, cool. So it's, let's say it's 9:30 because we want you want to you don't want to be out too late, but you got to have the ambiance. So everyone is in their homes, and you are going out. You're teenagers, so you are definitely welcome to try and sneak out if you have to, or just walking out the front door. But let's start. I believe we started with Dylan last time, so let's start with Dylan. What are you doing right now?
So I want to head out like an hour early, and I've obtained incense and candles and other things to like help make a mood, like help set the mood. I have a variety of salts that I keep with me just so that way I can make like salt circles around us, and I want to go and like make a dungeon out of it. And I'm just gonna tell my mom that I'm gonna go play Dungeons and Dragons with my friend group because I know that is something that is new that has happened, but she seemed happy that I was actually making friends and not just playing this multiplayer game by myself.
Yes, she's very eager for you to hang out with your friends. So you walk out of your room with your supplies. Your mother is on the bed that has been moved out into the living room. It's very hard for her to move around. Her sickness has gotten quite worse. So she's kind of sitting up in her bed, with her back against the wall. She's drinking a cup of tea that you made her, and the TV is going. So she's just kind of pulls up the curtain or the sheet. Hello, honey.
I'm gonna go over. I'm gonna give her a kiss on the cheek.
Oh, you're going to play Dungeons and Dragons with your friends?
We're halfway through the Tomb of Elemental Evil, and I think that they're finally gonna get past the last puzzle.
Oh, that's so exciting. What monster are you making them fight now?
Well, I'm not making them fight anything, but that's only if they play their cards right. Otherwise, they're gonna be fighting against the Lord of the Winds.
Ooh. She's like a little excited, but she doesn't quite know what you're talking about.
I'll show her a picture of like this
Ooh.
Air Genasi dude in the book.
That looks very scary, honey.
He should be. He's the end boss.
Whose house are you playing at?
We're gonna be playing over at Chad's house.
Oh, okay. Will you mind calling me when you get there so I make sure you got there all right?
Yeah, I can do that.
Oh, thank you, sweetheart. Did you want to? I got some chips. They're on the fridge. If you want to bring them for your friends.
Thanks, Mom.
And I'll rush over and grab them.
They're better made potato chips, Michigan brand.
Yes.
So good. Did you want to take any Mountain Dew or Verner's?
I'll take Werner's.
All right, there's a 2-liter in the fridge if you want it.
Goes over and he'll put all
Could
of his
you-
stuff into his bag.
Could you bring me my pills while you're over there, darling?
And he was already like halfway in the process of getting them out for her.
And you pass over kind of a handful of different sizes and colors of medication, and she puts them on her bedside table, and she's gonna take them one by one. What time do you think you're going to be home, honey?
Probably around midnight, a little bit after.
All right, well, be safe, okay?
If
I
it
know
gets too late, I'll just sleep over at Chad's. I
Okay.
don't want to be out on the road when those drunks are out. That
yeah,
sounds
exactly.
scary.
Yes, and make sure his mother's okay with that, okay?
Will do, Mom.
All right, sweetheart. Are you going to ride over there with Wendy? Is she coming as well?
No, she said that she was gonna come after because I wanted to set some stuff up and I don't want my friends to see it yet.
Okay. All right. Well, I feel better when you're riding with her. She's a tough cookie.
I can go see if she's ready.
Okay, sweetheart. Is there anything else you need?
No, that's gonna be it.
Okay, I love you.
And just lean in and give her a really big hug.
Just I love you too, Mom.
All right. Have fun with your friends. She kind of waves, starts taking her pills.
I'll just wave and then steadily exit the house. As soon as the door closes, I'm just string of expletives that I've heard Crash use before.
All right, let's pop over to Wendy's. Where are you in your house right now?
Actually, I think Wendy's not at her house. I think
Ooh.
she's playing a volleyball game.
Okay, so she's at the school.
Yeah, it's a home game, but it's not like a important one.
Okay.
So she's just finishing that up.
Okay.
Either that or practice. Was volleyball a big thing at you guys' high schools?
Yeah.
It is in
Okay.
Edison's.
Yeah, apparently.
I'm torn between it being a game and it being just practice because I want her parents to not be there.
Well, what is it?
Let's just say it's practice. But if it was a game, her parents wouldn't be there.
Okay. So you've got your volleyball gear on, your knee pads, your calf high socks for whatever reason, short shorts, and a tank top.
Right. Like the really tight short shorts.
Yeah, for sure. For aerodynamics.
Exactly.
Yeah. So the girls are all in the locker room getting changed. Sports bras all around, boys.
That's right.
The girls are talking about the spring fling that's coming up soon. They're super excited. Some of them have been asked already, some of them haven't. And one of the girls, let's say Abby's going to come up to you and she's going to say, Wendy, are you going to the spring fling?
Maybe. I don't know.
Have you picked out your dress yet?
Yes.
What are the deets? Come on.
Well, I don't know if I'm even gonna go.
Why wouldn't you go? It's the spring fling.
She's just gonna slam her locker shut. I just don't have anybody to go with.
Oh. And she kind of looks at you and then looks over your shoulder at the other girls and they just go. They turn their heads and look at their lockers. Well, we kind of thought you were gonna go with Trey.
Yeah. I think Trey thought that too.
Ooh, spicy. Well, if you want to go, we're all going to go to Taco Bell beforehand and get some food. So you're welcome to come. But just you, not your friends.
I see. Well, I'll consider it. Thanks for the invite.
See, thanks. She
Bye.
walks over with her other friends and starts whispering, hands are across their mouths.
That's right. That's right. She's like, like Wendy is smiling at her, and then like she turns around and like she passes between Wendy and the camera, and as soon as like she passes by, Wendy's face is just dead.
Stone Skull, the Kronk
Yeah.
face.
Yeah. So you are going to what are you going to do now?
Well, she's already showered. She's just gonna get all of her stuff together and head over to the warehouse.
You guys don't know where the warehouse is. Only
shoot.
Crash knows where it is.
Well, okay, where are we supposed to be?
He might have told Dylan about where it is, but you've never been there before.
I see. All right. Well, I'm gonna try and intercept Dylan. In that case.
Did you guys plan to meet up somewhere first, like at Crash or Chad's place?
I mean, it's like on the outskirts of town, right? So, I mean, we should all. I would imagine we picked like a centrally located location so that we could split off from there.
Okay.
So,
Paul Bunyan statue.
Yep, that would be the Paul Bunyan
Paul
statue.
Bunyan
Paul Bunyan statue. All right. Well, Wendy's gonna head to the Paul Bunyan statue.
Okay.
And she's taking her personal volleyball with her so that she can smack it against the statue.
Sounds good. All right. Trey, you are in your modular home. Your mom is in her chair watching TV, smoking, has a glass of wine, and your mom's new boyfriend, Derek, is out there with her.
Well, that ruins everything because I was going to say that Trey was in the kitchen cooking a batch of brownies.
We heard wings, man.
Yeah. You hear her in the background.
That's what
kind
they
of
call it.
brownies are you cooking?
Just, a normal brownies. You learn the recipe in home ec.
Okay.
And like he's looking around the kitchen for the powdered sugar, and he can't find it anywhere.
Okay.
But he wants to make the brownies so he can bring it to his friends for them to try.
From the other, so your house is set up so there's like the living room, and then there's a window on the other side of the living room is the kitchen. There's no like wall between it. There's just an island and then some cabinets up above. So from beyond the barrier, you hear Derek, "Hey boy, you in the kitchen?
Yeah. What do you want?"
Grab me a beer."
He rolls his eyes. Why don't you grab it yourself?
Then I'd have to get up, dickweed.
He's just gonna go ahead and grab it and bring it out into the living room and just like heads up and toss it at him.
And he kind of catches it and like gives you the eyes, and your mom is like, "You don't have to be so mean to him. You can just be, say something nice, and he'll just do it for you." And he's like, "Yeah, but that wouldn't be as fun." Opens the can and starts drinking.
Trey kicks himself a little bit for not shaking it up, but he didn't want to start a fight there because he has somewhere to be.
Yeah.
But yeah, he goes back to the kitchen and yells back, "Mom, where's the damn powdered sugar?"
"It's above the stove, honey."
Above the stove. And looks up. And he takes out the sifter and sifts it over the brownies. Cuts it up into nice pieces, and I guess finds the tin foil and wraps it up.
Sounds good.
Mom, I'm going out tonight to hang out with some of my friends. Don't expect me to come back till later.
Okay, but tomorrow we have stuff to do, so don't stay out too late.
What are we doing tomorrow?
We have to clean.
All right, I'll try not to be out too late. I'll be back, in time for tomorrow.
All right. Are you going to hang out with that Crash boy?
Yeah, him and a few others.
He's a bad egg. Shouldn't hang out with him.
Well, he just kind of you wanted to talk. Yeah, he just kind of shrugs, like, "Don't worry about him. I'm sure he's fine."
All right.
But yeah, so packs up the brownies and hops on his bike and heads to the Paul Bunyan statue.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure he has like a backpack that he just shoves them in.
Sideways.
Sideways, yeah.
Okay.
They're gonna turn out all sideways when he gets there.
Yeah. Especially since they're probably still warm.
Yeah,
it's
they're
fine.
still warm. Don't worry about it.
All right, Chad, what are you doing?
He was probably in his room studying for the SATs. And then he just sees the time, he's like, oh shit, slams the book shut, starts grabbing things off his wall and throwing them in a bag. Kind of pauses and thinks, we're going to an abandoned factory. What are the odds? He scoops a rosary off his desk and into the bag.
And as you are exiting your room, you kind of are met face to face with your mom, who has a tray of like crackers and cheese and a glass of milk.
He like grabs like 3 crackers and jams it in his mouth.
Oh, honey, you need to make sure that you go slowly. You don't want to choke.
Mom, I got game night tonight. I'm late.
Well, wait. Whose house are you going to?
I think we're gonna hang out over at Wendy's, but I'm not sure yet. We're gonna meet that by the Paul Bunyan statue. She has volleyball today.
Oh, okay. Well, will you call me when you get there, please? You know I worry.
Like, gives her a peck on the cheek, and he just starts running down the stairs.
Make sure you bring your jacket.
Love you.
Love you too, Schmoopykins. And then your mom, the camera pans to your mom standing there with the tray and the milk, and she's just like, they grow up so fast. So you go grab your bike and race off to the Paul Bunyan statue. Crash, your next door neighbor. What are you doing?
I guess stupid loud music. He's got his Walkman headphones, so that he's kicking like the wall with his like hiking boots with neon green laces, and he doesn't hear that his one of his parents is knocking on the door.
Yeah.
But I mean, literally, his boots slamming into the wall. And I guess at some point they open the door. And that's where Crash sees the clock, like looks at them and then looks over at a clock and jumps up and grabs his skateboard and his bag and is just kind of gonna try to like barrel through whichever parent it is.
It is your dad at the door, and he looks frustrated as he opens it, and he's yelling over the music, something that you cannot hear. And as soon as you flip the music off, he's just like, and your mother has church in the... Oh, sorry. Your mother has church in the morning.
Pull the headphones off.
You need to keep the volume down because your mother needs to go to sleep. Why do you have your bag?
Because I can do like better than that, man. Much better. And I walk past him. I won't even be here.
What are you talking about?
I start walking down the hall.
What is your character's real name?
Craig Christian Chandler.
Craig, I don't know what to do with you. Where are you going?
The guys, they're meeting up at Dylan's. They'd be at Dylan's. So
okay, I am not going to come pick you up from the hospital or the jail tonight because we have stuff to do tomorrow, like church in the morning. Okay, so just please try to behave.
I wouldn't expect you to. I don't want you to pick me up. Leave me there.
And he just kind of puts his hand on the side of his head and he's just like shaking it. You know you're gonna give your mother a heart attack.
That we're all gonna die in a nuke blast anyway. Come on. And he pops his board up and hits the door.
Your dad just like sighs as you exit. And you where you're heading to the Ball Bunyan statue as well?
Yeah. I mean, he takes it. It's not even like a single step before the board hits the ground, and he like lump down the 2 little steps onto the sidewalk and just starts going.
Okay. So you leave right around the same time Chad does.
Okay.
So you guys see each other. Are you gonna ride? Hold on to the back of his bicycle.
Yeah. As I kind of like intersect, kind of come winging down the driveway because it's on an incline because we're in that cul-de-sac of nice houses, and I whip down, and that's immediately I kind of almost grab him by the ass, but there's on all those old bikes there's a little handle, and I grab hold, and I'm like, "Hey Chad, man, how's it going?"
Hey, Crash, pleasure's always. And then just starts biking. Could you not do this while we're uphill?
All right, and then because it's uphill, I guess I'll hit the foot. I'll kind of like pull him back, use him as a springboard to push forward, and then try to till we get to the top.
All right, cool. So you guys know that the Paul Bunyan statue is in the middle of the town. So Chad and Crash, you guys make it there first, and then Trey's gonna pull up real quick after.
Is there a phone booth?
There are phone booths in town, not right by the statue, but if you go a little bit further into like the main road, you can definitely find one.
Okay.
So Trey pulls up.
Hello, fellas. How you doing today?
Hey.
Fucking A, we're playing some D&D.
In an abandoned warehouse.
Yeah.
You sound worried about that.
Yeah.
Wait, did Trey arrive first?
No, Crash and Chad did, and Trey just pulled up.
All right, good.
Yeah, I'm a little worried. Don't you remember, like, whatever happens whenever Dylan's involved, some spooky shit goes down?
I'm pretty sure he's fabricating most of that.
Chad just gives them this incredulous look. They have not been there.
Not really.
And is Dylan, where are you going?
So, because I am across the street from Wendy, I feel like it is at least up to me to go across the street on my bike, knock on the door, see if she's home.
Okay. So you go across the street. There are lights on, but they are dimmed. You knock on the door. It's not super late, so it's not like inappropriate. And Wendy's mom answers the door, which we have not seen before in this series. She is a middle-aged woman with really curly permed, like dirty blonde hair. She's kind of wearing a nice button-up shirt that kind of has like a small collar on it. And of course, shoulder pads. She answers the door and she kind of looks up and then looks down. Or how tall is Dylan now? Is he like really gangly?
No, he didn't really grow too much between middle school. Like he's like maybe 5'5".
Okay, cool. So she kind of looks down at you and she says, "Oh, Dylan, what can I do for you?"
Is Wendy home?
No, she has volleyball practice tonight.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
If you
fun.
see her, tell her that we were going to meet at the statue.
For what?
Just right around town.
Dylan is a liar. Wendy, what did you tell your parents? Did you tell them that you were going out?
I'm going out.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's like, I'm not going to be home until late tonight, guys. Or parents. Adults.
Yeah.
Humans.
So they're begrudgingly. Whose house are you going to? You said you're riding around, but she said D&D.
Oh shoot! Were you hearing me from Trace? I was
No.
muted the entire time. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, we're playing D&D. I don't know where we're gonna be.
Okay. Just call me when you get there. Typical 80s thing.
Yeah, whatever.
So yeah, when you answer the door, you go through this, and she says, did you guys decide where you're going to play tonight?
Not yet, but we usually talk about it beforehand.
Okay. Just have Wendy call when she gets there, okay?
Will do. Mrs. Wendy's mom. I don't know Wendy's last name.
Stevens.
Will do, Mrs. Stevens.
All right. I like your helmet.
Thanks.
And then she just kind of closes the door.
And I have to make a decision. Do I go to Chad's early and call?
All right. Fun fact. Unless they star 69, right? There was no way of anyone knowing where you were calling from, unless you put someone's mom on the phone.
Oh.
This is the 80s.
Oh my god! What a crime-ridden no man's land.
I literally
Like dogs without horses.
I'll ride like the normal route by the Paul Bunyan statue. And that's probably where I'll be placing my call from, because I know it's not too far away from where Chad lives, and I'll ride a little bit slower to kind of make up for the lack of distance that I'm going.
Okay. So you will arrive to the Paul Bunyan statue a little bit after Trey. So Chad, Crash, and Trey are already there.
It just looks.
What?
Hey, bud.
I thought we were going to meet later.
What
Looks
time
at
is
his watch.
I don't have a watch. I actually have no idea what time it is.
Designated time.
I don't want to miss anything, man. Come on. And he's bumping.
Well, we gotta wait for Wendy then, I guess.
Wendy's the only person who arrives on time.
Okay, but
Wait,
when
were
we
we
get
early?
there,
Do any of you have to make a call again?
I do.
I mean, that's all of us. Yeah.
All right. And he gets off his coat and he puts it over the phone booth so that you can get inside and it'll be quieter and it'll sound like more like a house rather than on the street or with cars going by.
Dag.
All right.
Crash
Before I go in, I'm going to
Bandicoot.
point at Chad.
and I'll say, I was at your house this entire night.
Oh, hilarious. I was at your house the entire night.
I don't
You know
remember what
what?
I told.
I will have forgotten to call. I'll think of a better reason.
Yeah, but if you
Yeah,
forget to
yeah.
call, then your mom might call his mom, and then all that confusion takes off.
Yeah, good one, dude. That's thinking there.
All right. I think I've got this.
And I'll go and call my mom.
Okay, so you put a quarter in, or would it be a nickel?
The quarter.
No, I also was like, do I have a nickel?
I'm sure you have.
Yes, head on over to that penny machine over there.
You guys play arcade machine games all the time, so you definitely have quarters. So you pop it in, you dial out without the area code because you don't need to.
Back
True.
then.
Yeah. And you hear the phone ring twice, and then your mother picks up. Hello.
Hi, Bob.
Oh, hi, honey.
I just
Are
wanted
you
to let you know I got there safe and sound. Turns out that we were actually supposed to be going bike riding tonight, so we're gonna go and ride around for a little bit. I hope that's okay.
Oh, that's okay with me. I'm sorry that your friends are going to miss your fun genasi thing.
It's okay. Maybe I can invite them all over next week, and then we can do something special for them.
Oh, that sounds lovely. Do you want to make a little figure for it?
Yeah.
Hey, honey. I'll make sure I get out the blue paint.
And
You're the best, Mom.
Oh, I love you.
I love you
Can
too.
I still call you my little Kaylin?
Yeah.
All right, Kaylin, have fun. Tell your friends I say hello.
Will do.
And make sure you share your Verners. I don't want you drinking it all tonight, okay?
If I drank it all, it would upset my tummy on the bike ride home.
That's right.
I learned my lesson last time.
All right. Good night, love.
Good night, Mom.
hang up the
Click.
phone.
You have
Okay.
Verners?
Lift my coat so he could get out, and I'm looking at everybody else.
Like a
Yeah.
magician through smoke. I appear.
I don't need to make any calls. I didn't tell anybody nothing.
Yeah. And this will be about the time that Wendy pulls up.
Oh, hey, guys.
Yeah.
Dylan, Chad, Crash,
Hi, Wendy.
Hello.
Trey.
Ooh. Chad's just like, ooh,
I'm
slides
still just-
under.
Can I use the phone?
Oh, ladies
J-
first.
Yep. Wendy just ducks under.
Okay.
I told your parents we were going bike riding.
Thumbs up out the out the back.
Okay. So the phone starts ringing. Where did you tell your mom you were gonna call from?
I didn't tell her. I said I don't know. I don't know
Okay.
where we're gonna be.
Okay. So your mom answers the phone. Hello.
Hello.
Who is this?
Oh, sorry. This is your daughter.
Oh, hi. Sorry. You sounded weird. Hello, it's Wendy?
so, sorry. Sometimes it's hard to get into character.
What?
Like we're playing D&D tonight, so I thought I was an elf.
Oh, I thought you were
Anyway,
bike ride. Are you going bike riding or playing D&D?
we're gonna go bike riding and then play D&D.
Okay, whose house are you at?
We're at Chad's.
Motherfucker.
Okay, what time do you think you'll be home?
I don't know. Sometimes we can go pretty late.
I need a time, honey.
I turn around. Guys, what time?
1 or 2. 1 or 2.
Just tell her I'll take you home.
2:30.
2:30?
Okay, fine, 2.
No, you will be home by 1. It may be a Saturday, but it's not. You're not 18, young lady.
Mom, I'm almost an adult. Like, is it even that big of a deal? It's freaking Dylan.
There are 2 girls in your school who have gotten pregnant this year. I don't want to have any problems.
Ugh, Mom. Fine, 1 o'clock.
Okay. Have fun with
Ugh.
friends.
Hang up.
All right, cool. And Chad, you have to call your mom?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So the phone rings, and as if she was sitting next to the phone waiting for your phone call, after the first ring, your mother picks up.
Mm.
Hello?
Hi, Mom.
Hello, Spoopykins.
Hi. So D&D got canceled. We're gonna be riding bikes for a while.
Oh, okay. Where are you going?
Don't know. We're over by the Paul Bunyan statue right now.
Oh, okay. Make sure you wash your hands after using that payphone.
Yes, Mom.
Did you remember to take your medication before you left?
Yes, Mom.
And did you bring any snacks?
I think I have some crackers, maybe. Dylan brought some chips and some soda, but I think I'll just avoid the soda.
Oh, that's a very good idea, lover. Oh, sorry.
Whoa!
Little Tuesday slipped in there.
No, that was a little.
So,
LB.
Chad, tell us about your home life.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you see, my girlfriend.
She says love. Well, what time do you think you'll be home then?
Maybe around 1 or 1:30, but if anything comes up, I'll call you.
That's very late for riding bikes. Where are you gonna go?
I don't know. It was supposed to be a tour of like some spots that Dylan found, but I might turn in a little bit earlier than that. I'll call you.
Okay, I appreciate that because you know how much I worry about you.
Crash will kind of punch him in the arm through his coat, and he's like, D&D, afterbikes.
Bye, Mom.
Bye, I love you so much.
Pulls
Click.
his coat off.
It's fine. I didn't even need to mention D&D.
You better not skip out on us again like last time.
Listen, I was really tired. It felt like I was up for 20 hours.
All right. Anybody else need to do anything while you're here?
Trey, you got a smoke?
And I think he has like a smushed pack of cigarettes that he stole off of his mom at one point. But there's only one left.
Oh, dude. All right. I'll share if you will. And he pulls a little thing of vodka out of his pocket.
Not around me. My mom can smell that a mile off.
He takes a cigarette out, takes his Zippo, and lights it up anyway right next to him.
The smoke and
Like some horrible menthol thing.
yeah, right.
I'll
Slims, a pack of menthol Slim.
Extra long ones.
Yeah.
Skater grab it, and hands you the little flask of vodka.
Sips apprehensively. Yeah, it's really good.
And I go to blow it at Chad, and then I'm like, and then I hand it back.
Thanks.
All right, so you guys, Crash, you know that this warehouse is on the east side of town, I believe I said. So that will be back towards the high school where Wendy just came from. Apologies. So you can make your way over that to that area. It's still kind of early, so there are people out and about on the streets. Not a huge number of people. There's not a lot to do in the town out and about. There's like the drive-in and the roller rink.
You said we went to an arcade a lot.
Yes,
Yeah.
arcade. Yep, the arcade is still open. They close at 10.
There's a Taco Bell.
There is
Apparently
definitely a
there's
Taco
a
Bell
Taco
and McDonald's
Pizza place.
pizzas. Yeah. But it's a sit-down pizza place. It's not like a Little Caesars, unfortunately, not yet. You guys, small town, So you guys can make your way. Is there anything you want to stop and do first? Any supplies you want to get at the local 7-Eleven?
Bag of chips. This is before the is there like the gas stop burritos and all those sort of like
Oh yeah, dude.
Mm-hmm. They're microwaved, but
They're
yes.
time eternal.
time eternal.
Including the little roller hot dogs.
Ooh,
Yes.
yeah. Taquitos.
Mhm.
Bottled water. Just general snacks.
Okay. Do you want to go to the store?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it'll just get enough for everybody.
Okay. So yeah, not hard to do. You go to the store and are able to get a few items because of your wealth. You are able to do this quite easily. And the shop owner doesn't really bat an eye with you guys being out this late because you're teens. And that's what you do.
And there's nothing else to do.
Exactly. So you guys are going to ride your bikes over to the high school, and Crash, you know that you kind of have to like go through or past the stadium, and it's in the woods over on that side. It'll probably be about a 20-minute walk. You found this place where you were like just like punching stuff in the woods.
Could say vandalizing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spray painting trees and
He's
stuff.
flash dancing.
Smoking. Yeah.
Don't you mean crash dancing?
Yeah. So you guys are going to you start through once you get to the stadium, there's no more paved roads. So what kind of bikes do you guys have that you are kids on biking with?
Oof.
Trey's is probably like pretty old school, like probably almost 50s era bicycle from that, like just hand me down for 2 or 3 generations. It's just really rattly.
Okay, cool. Wendy, you had the pink bike, right?
She used to have a pink bike. She either bummed that off on Dylan or it's accidentally got thrown into a trash compactor. And she was able to convince her parents to get her a nice mountain bike for Christmas.
Cool. Crash, you have your skateboard. Should be very
quick question.
Sure.
So I imagine was Wendy and Trey still together when I moved to town?
No.
No?
That was a while ago when you guys tried dating, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And we were never together.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, then
It's
I
always
guess
been like a will they, won't they type thing.
Mhm.
You know, it's been a few years, but everyone kind of thinks that it'll happen, but it hasn't yet.
Mm-hmm.
Was the event fairly recent, Tyler?
I would say, yeah, the event was fairly recent.
Okay, so she has suddenly gotten very cold and icy for some reason.
and I imagine most of the time when we're on the street, I'll try to hold on to the bar or the undercarriage or the little flat wire cage that's always on those older bikes.
Yeah.
For Trey, I'll hold that, and then if Trey starts like slowing down or getting tired, which he's a big guy, I'll try to goad Wendy into like, well, I don't think you could pull me anyway, kind of thing.
Watch me.
So,
She will grab him by his shirt and and pull him down.
all right.
And Dylan, do you still have you had a fairly nice bike before? Your mom likes to treat you.
I like to think that yay depresso. There was I left my bike out in the yard, just as kids things kind of deal, like thinking, okay, it's not gonna, like nothing will happen to it. Something happened with my mom, so that way ambulance had to drive up onto the yard and it crushed my bike. And so I'm riding Wendy's old bike.
Okay. I like it. So you got the pink bike. It's pretty faded now, but it's definitely still pink. The tassels were ripped off beforehand, but there are little gemmies in the spokes that when you rotate the wheels, the gems fall to the top, so it makes quite a bit of noise.
I call them my speed enchantments.
I like it.
Yep.
Chad?
Oh, he has what looks like a new road bike.
Nice. So by the time you guys all get to the school, most of you will be okay. Crash and Trey, your bikes might not handle the grass as well, and they definitely won't handle the underbrush of the trees. So what would you guys like to do?
Yeah, Trey and Crash probably would end up lagging behind a little bit because after the first few bumps, Trey's bike really just can't handle it, so he just has to hop off and walk.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure Crash had to start walking from the get-go.
As soon as we hit grass, so pop the board.
Yeah, I think Chad would have hopped off to walk with him as well. Crash knows where he's going, so
Yeah. And Dylan, you at riding speed are going as fast as they are walking speed.
I'm huffing it. I have a D4 in brawn. I honestly would be better off just walking it at this point.
Dylan, I could always just give you one of my old bikes.
It's fine. It's okay.
He just hops off and just stops for a second, hands on his legs, just a few deep breaths.
Do you still have your inhaler?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Just
I'll be fine.
Dude, what? Can I see that?
It's not like that, man.
All right. Are you sure?
Yeah. Do you have asthma?
Yeah.
That's not how that...
It's a bronchulator, right?
yeah.
So yeah, you're sucking more air. It opens up your lungs.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Crash's eyes dilate slightly as
I hit it. Thanks, much better. And then I start a coughing fit because I was just smoking one of those horrible menthols.
And as you start this coughing fit, you guys reach the edge of the stadium. It's kind of it's an outdoor football stadium, and you guys can hear some like laughing. And as you round the corner, you see, because of this coughing fit and you guys talking, there are 5 jocks that are sitting behind the things, the stands, the bleachers, and they have a case of beer, and they're just laughing, and they kind of see you guys, nerds, and they get that look in their eyes, and they kind of stand up and start walking towards you. And that's where we're going to take our first break.
Awesome. Yeah. Give us time to think about what to do because jocks are scary.
Yep.
All right. So thank you for leading us up to this break. And thank all of you wonderful viewers for sticking around and watching this. We are going to try and be back in 5 to 10 minutes. So don't go no place unless it's to grab a food, grab a drink, grab a friend, and then bring them right on back while we continue this adventure. So we will see you guys then. All right, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back as we continue our Kids on Bikes surprise game, where we are continuing off as high school students. This time, we aren't fighting a ghost, we are fighting a group of jocks who are making it difficult for us to pass by.
I'm not fighting them yet.
Confrontation is happening, bro.
All right, so these 5 jocks, you guys know them from the school because, there's like 12 of you. They all have their varsity jackets on, or their
Lettermans.
Their Letterman jackets, and they kind of all, like, one of them was standing, 3 of them were sitting, and like one of them was like kneeling down, and they kind of all start getting up, and they're like, "What's up, jerkwads?"
These guys again. Listen, if you want to have a dick measuring contest, I don't think your wee pricks can stand up. So could you fuck off?
Hey, what's your damage, bro? You trying to
having a look at you.
I am going to be like stealthily in my bag, pouring a handful of salt into one of my hands and just keeping it at my side.
Wendy's gonna stand in front of Dylan and Chad. Protect the nerds.
Please do.
Crash has his wheels in his hands and the skateboard down by his side.
Okay. The one is gonna like step up to Trey. This is Adam, and Adam's gonna step on and be like, "Yo, did I say bro? Is bro a term?
Is bro a term back in the day?
Man, would have been.
Dude, man.
Dude, bro did start in the 80s.
Okay.
All right.
So he's gonna, Yo,
it
dude.
wasn't bra until later.
Yeah.
It's bro.
That was the 90s. Getting real lazy and weird with it.
Trying to get smart with us, bro?
Well, no one's ever accused me of that before.
And as he's doing the standoff, one of the other guys off to the side, Michael is gonna look at Wendy and be like, "Sup, Wendy? Heard you don't have a date to the spring fling."
The fling's for losers anyway. I didn't even want to go.
Yeah, or you couldn't get a date. Oh, and then like goes off to us and they're like, "Oh shit."
Okay. And Crash is like starting to shake because he's all like, and then and he's
Wendy's gonna spit her gum.
Adam is gonna be they're all boozed up a little bit, feeling feisty, doing bad things behind the stadium. And
Trey's a little boozed up from earlier, just sip of vodka.
Oh, this is
You want some
not
salt?
gonna be good.
And then he's just gonna be like, "Nah, man, it's cool. Yeah, it's if you guys are gonna go do some nerd shit in the woods, that's perfectly fine." And he kind of looks back to his friends and he's like, "Psych!" He's gonna shove you.
Okay.
And they all think this is very funny.
They shove Trey.
Yep.
All right. I mean, Trey's gonna take it and then shove him back.
Oh shit. And then he's gonna be like, "Yo, bro, what's your deal? You want to do this? What's your damage? You really want to do this?"
You got shell shock, bro?
And
Trey
he's
doesn't
like right
actually,
up in your face.
yeah. Trey just is staring him down, and kind of sidelongs at Crash because he's kind of expecting him to come in at the blind side.
Yep. Look, so you shoved him, he shoved you. What's your damage?
He shoved me first. I shoved him back. We're right up in each other's faces.
And are the other ones like a few steps back yet? Like he came to us?
Yeah. So they're like they're around you guys. They've kind of like formed this horseshoe shape so that they are an opposing force.
All right. I'm looking at you, and you, like I said, you can see him shaking. He's like, gonna go off at some second here. He's just waiting either for the first punch or it to be too long so he can take the first punch.
Trey isn't going to throw the first punch. He either waits for someone to hit him or for Crash to throw the first punch.
All right, so it's the Jocks move.
All right, so the Jocks, they're in this standoff, and you can see they're all kind of riled up. They're kind of just waiting for a fight. It's the end of football season, so they're still hyped up on adrenaline. And one of them is gonna eye Chad and Dylan in the back, and just kind of look at his friends and be like, "Guys, we could totally take them."
What's that guy's name?
That guy's name is Tim.
Okay. I don't know, Tim. How many strikes are you guys on now? You're going to get kicked out of the football team at this rate.
Yeah, they're never going to kick us out, man. It's like we're the only ones who are good enough. And they're all like, yeah. Like, elbowing each
Bottom
other.
of the barrel, if you ask me.
What'd you say, bro?
Bottom of the barrel, if you ask me.
Oh, shit!
That's with it, bro.
And he is going to move forward, and he is going to try to punch Chad. So, Wendy, you are standing in front of him. What would you like to do?
I want to intercept and kick him in the dick.
Okie dokie.
Yes.
I'm going to say this is a snap decision because it is kind of a action-reaction type thing. So first, you are going to try and hit him. So you're going to use your fight dice, and he is going to roll his brawn, or is that right? Brawn. Oh God, I lost the page.
Please be Braun, because I'm relying on the response to being fought to be Braun.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
All right, so he is not expecting this, but he is going to roll. So I would like you to roll your fight, please.
Okay. All right. That's a 7.
Okay.
Which is on the higher end of my die.
Yeah. Okay, he is not expecting this, and you full on just kick him in the nuts, and he goes down. He was not expecting this.
Oh my God, I can't believe he just tried to hit a girl.
Trey is definitely laughing.
So is Crash.
All right, these boys are going to start this fight. So,
Okay.
I always pictured you as more of a fighter, but that was some pretty roguish shit.
So Adam is going to attempt to fight or punch Trey.
Okay.
So he is going to roll his fight, and you are going to roll your brawn.
Okay.
And he did not do very well.
He might have done better than me.
Does a 2 do better than you?
I rolled a 2, but I got a +1.
Yay! All right. So then the defender, you get to narrate the outcome of what happens.
I imagine we're standing face to face. So he tries to swing at my face, and Trey just steps back and is ready to come in with a couple of jabs.
Okay. And Crash, you are ready to go, so I will give you a fight against one of the guys who's going to come up on you.
All right, and then it crashes like pop off, and just kind of comes with a skateboard.
Oh.
8.
Okay.
Jeez.
So, you beat him by 1.
Okay.
You explain how the attack happens, and because it's just a +1, it's not as bad.
Okay. He like the kid's like coming for a crash, and then all of a sudden this big swing of an arm and this mat 8-inch by 2 feet skateboard comes winging around, and the guy just jumps back and almost stumbles and kind of like blocks one of the other guys, and that's as far as we go.
And are the 3 in the back doing anything as these boys are descending?
I just have like a handful of salt.
Okay.
And I'm gonna like touch Chad on his shoulder and just say,
Don't worry. I'm an 18th level caster. They'll never get through our shields.
Shields being Wendy, and
Hey, Dylan.
and when you say shields being Wendy,
And Crash and Trey.
right. Actually, they have a case of beer, right?
Yeah.
I kind of want to drop back and then wing around to grab that beer and just start hucking it into the crowd at them.
Oh, okay. Using it as a projectile.
Yeah.
I like that. Okay. So, Crash, there's one more who's going to come up to you because they know that you are a scrapper and they want to get you out early. So, he's going to make an attack against you. So you will roll your brawn.
All right.
10.
Yeah, you got me. I got a 3.
You got a 3? Okay.
Yeah.
So the attacker explains the attack, and then the defender explains how they respond to the attacker. The defender is badly hurt because he got more than 7 on you. So he's going to come up, and he's just going to hit you like square across the face, and you're going to start getting a nosebleed.
All right.
Yes.
All right.
So, yeah.
He catches me in like my eyebrow piercing,
Ooh.
and it just it like rips into like my eye, and then comes across my nose, so my nose is bleeding, and of course it starts going into your throat, and Crash will like spit out the blood, and he's one-eyed, and he's like, bring it, he's not afraid.
So Trey, what are you gonna do?
I'm just gonna go for some jabs on Adam, the one in front of me. Yeah, I'm gonna just go for some body shots.
All right, go for it.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I got an 8.
Okay, he got a 3, so you won more than 5. You explain the attack, and this the defender is fairly hurt.
Okay.
So this would be like a pretty good hit to someone.
Cool. Yeah, I just imagine he gets down low and just puts a few right into the ribs, and causes the guy to stumble back a bit.
Yeah. So he kind of and like is like doubled over a little bit from this hit, and so that's.
We can do this all day if you like.
You little bitch.
Does your mom let you use that word?
I don't have to ask permission, dude. And so the guy in front of Wendy is still on his knees on the ground with the ball hit. There's 2 guys on Crash. Adam has been pushed back, and then Chad, you're trying to move around so that you're not seen.
Yeah.
Okay, so I would like you to make a roll. How are you doing this?
It's just like the ensuing brawl. He's using bodies to like just block himself.
Okay, so
from
what
people.
Stat are you going to be using for this?
Maybe brain to like navigate my way through the scuffle.
Sure, go ahead.
This die. That's a 10. That's right. Yes.
You were successful. You were able to move behind them and get said beer cans. Okay.
Just like whatever's not open, hucks it at the first person.
Okay. You can try to make an attack on them, and for a projectile, there's actually a stat for that. I'm pretty sure it's for guns, so...
Basically the same thing.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Oh, there's bottles of champagne too?
That's why it's called bullet.
Okay.
Nice.
So you... Projectile combat, so you would... you could either use fight or brawn, depending on
Oh, thank God.
how you want to do it, but you need to describe to me how you're doing it.
Yeah, he's just like grabbing like 2 cans at a time, hucking one, grabbing another one, hucking it, and he's just aiming for whatever's wearing a varsity jersey.
Okay, cool. Make a roll.
Wait, that's not a D8. That's a D8. 6.
All right. And then he is unassuming. So you beat him by 1, which you do damage for sure. So you hit him in the back of the head or like in the...
I'm not aiming for heads. That's good. That's a concussion.
Yeah.
Just like...
No, they already
It's
got
the
a
80s. They haven't found out that those are bad for you yet.
Yeah, right?
Oh, really? Okay. So it's like Loser's Club in the creek with the stones.
Mhm.
Whap.
Mhm. So which one do you want to hit?
There's 2 on Crash, right?
There's 2 on Crash. Yep.
I'll hit one of the people on Crash.
Okay. And
Probably
he-
the one that decked him in the face.
Yeah. So you have definitely drawn the attention, and he's yelling profanity at you and calling you a bitch for behind or whatever. So Adam is going to he is stunned. The guy on the ground is stunned. Crash, what would you like to do?
Crash will, again, he's just starting to open that eye, and he's like, 2-on-1 action, just like you guys in the shower. I usually have to pay extra. And skateboard at one of them.
Okay, go ahead.
And that's fight.
This is like Trey loves Crash.
Oh, D12 has let me down. 5.
Okay, he rolled a 10.
Ooh.
So he moves out of the way, unfazed by your words. And the other one is paying attention to Chad.
Okay.
And Wendy, what do you want to do?
Is Trey's bike nearby?
Yep, he walked it there.
Okay, I'm gonna grab Trey's bike and I'm gonna use it to whack the guy going after Chad.
How?
I'm just gonna pick it up and throw it at him.
Okay. So what would you like to use for this role?
I think this might be a brawn.
I think you're right. I think that you were right.
Did you turn around, look at the bikes, and like, wait, no, that one.
Yes, exactly.
That's
Bikes
real
are already
American
shit,
steel.
okay?
A girl knows how to make a statement.
Yeah, right.
That's a 1.
Oof.
Ah!
The bike was a little bit heavier than you anticipated and not very aerodynamic. So
Like, oh, shit.
you hawk it a little bit. It kind of falls next to Trey.
What the fuck was that for?
So the last guy is gonna kind of run up while you're doing that and kind of get in Dylan's face because he knows that he is an easy target.
Now, would this be considered a failed roll?
Yes.
And on a failed roll, you get an adversity token.
Yes, I'm trying to think in combat if that's how it works.
In combat, does it count?
I'll say since it wasn't like you were throwing, this was an improvised thing. So, yes, it does count.
Cool.
Can
All right.
I?
Easy going, I get 2. Yeah.
Okay,
Yes?
so since I had salt in my
Yep.
hand, is that a planned action? Because I was basically gonna pocket sand this dude when he got too
Yes.
close to me.
Yes. That's what I was hoping would happen.
Yep.
All right, so what are you rolling?
I don't know.
Since you have Okay. I could say that it is brains because you are using tactic. You are not using muscles in any way. You are using your skills in, D&D, like caltraps.
Yeah.
Before you call people into a fight.
Yep.
So you can definitely try.
Oh, I will brains the shit out of this.
All right.
All right. And so when I do, I'm going to yell out blindness. That's a 6.
Okay, so you yell blindness and throw out the salt, but you yelled it first and made this action very.
It's my somatic component.
Yes. You make this very broad action, and you throw it up, but you kind of throw it like with your hand facing yourself, as opposed to like throwing it at someone. It was more like a flourish than it was like an attack.
Yeah.
So it kind of hits the guy like in the chest, and he kind of looks down at it, and he is stunned for a second, but he is not hurt.
No, he's surprised.
Yes.
I've startled him.
Exactly. Okay. Trey, the guy in front of you, you hit him, you stunned him, correct?
Yeah. Give him a quick 1-2,
Okay.
and I see the guy going for Dylan. So Adam's no longer a problem to me.
Right.
And I want to try and run over and spear tackle the guy away from Dylan.
Cool.
I could play football too if I like.
Yeah, right.
So I'm protecting and I'm protective, so it's a +3, so 12 total.
All right, dude, you hit this guy real good, and he just he's looking at his chest, and then he looks up at Dylan with this I'm gonna fuck you up face, and then out of nowhere Dylan, you see him, this surprised look suddenly, and then he just goes down.
Just raise my hands. Excelsior! My shield worked!
All right, Chad, the guy is going for you. What are you gonna do?
Gonna keep hucking beer cans at him.
All right, go ahead.
This one. No,
Jeez,
that's not the
please, this dice is just not great.
This.
Yay.
2.
Okay, you throw him at him, and he is still coming at you. He's kind of dodging them now that he can see where they're coming from. But there are 3 guys on the ground. There is 1 guy on Crash still. Crash, what would you like to? Did you hit him last?
No, he.
He punched you.
You swung at him and missed.
Okay. Yep.
Okay, so he is going to he's gonna make a brain because he sees 2 of his guys in the ground. It's not great. That's not bad. Okay, so he's gonna kind of see what's going on, and he thought you were the biggest threat, but he is seeing now that perhaps Trey is holding himself better than you are, and you're bleeding everywhere, and he's like, "You're fucking crazy, dude," and he's gonna go try and shove Trey off of his friend. So he is gonna make a brawn check. If you would like to try to remain on this dude, he's just trying to throw you off. You can roll your brawn or your fight if you want to clutch.
Yeah, I'd like to stay on top of the guy that I just tackled.
Okay.
Because I'm planning on pummeling him after this.
Okay. He rolled a 13.
All right. I rolled a 18.
Sweet. So he goes to grab you. What do you do?
I kind of just stiff arm him off of me as I'm holding this other guy down.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just getting ready to just raise my other fist and
This is not going the way that they thought it would.
Trey.
Middle school changed us all.
Trey's scrappy.
All right, Wendy, what are you doing? Wendy.
That's my name. Sorry,
what are you doing?
I was catching up on the chat. What am I doing? How many are left?
There is 1 that's on Trey and 1 that's going for Chad.
All right, I'm gonna I'm gonna chase down the one going for Chad.
Okay. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna chase him down, just try and grab his legs, knock him over.
Okay. What would you like to roll for that?
Ooh, I feel like this might be Braun.
Okay.
Just running.
Physical check.
Yeah.
Okay. Go
Just
ahead.
running for him, and I just want to get his legs out from under him.
Okay.
Knock him over. Ha! All right, 10.
Okay. You are able to grab this guy's legs, but you kind of you have him grappled, but he doesn't go down, and he's kind of just the fuck. And at this, he's gonna kind of look at you, look back. Adam's like trying to breathe better. There's a guy on the ground who is just like clutching his nuts in his hands. There's a guy on the ground with Trey, and he's like, "You guys aren't even worth this shit." And he's gonna kind of wiggle out and like go over and like shove Adam and be like, "Guys, these fuckers aren't worth it. Let's go." And they're gonna go back to their beer if they can.
That's scattered all around.
So they're walking towards you, Chad, basically. They're like shoving people off and like, brushing their jackets
drops the
off.
beer, fades into the shadows.
The Homer Simpson gif.
Yeah. It's a lot of them.
Unless you guys have something else to say to them.
Can I just get like, is this for all of them or?
Yeah, they're all kind of retreating and going
Okay.
back to beer. Begrudgingly.
Yeah. Like I'm assuming like the guy that I had on the ground like puts up his hands like to block himself. I'm about to punch him. Just let go and stand up.
And he like shoves you off.
Crash is kind of coming at him, going, "Mad dog, mad dog." Arr, arr."
Slow down there, Crash.
I mean, just bleeding.
Yeah. And they're all kind of like, just, like, we're too cool for this anyways, like, sort of thing, like trying to, play it off like that and just get beat up by a bunch of nerds.
We don't want to hurt them too much, otherwise, we might get in trouble later. So
Wendy's gonna fix her hair and be like, "That beer's making you fat."
Bitch.
Are you allowed to do that? Can you do that here?
Sure.
Why not?
I said fuck earlier. All right,
Yeah.
let's go.
Yeah,
You
we're
guys.
just gonna brush it off.
Yeah. Crash is bleeding. It's not like profusely, but
I'm still gonna use 2 adversity tokens to have a first aid kit handy.
okay.
Nice.
What do you do?
Give him like a very quick patch job.
This
Does
is-
it need
this is-
sutures? That's gonna be a thing.
Butterfly bandage, maybe.
Butterfly, Hello Kitty stickers.
I have some super glue for my models.
That's what super glue was made for. That's how it was invented, was to patch up soldiers in World War II.
Yeah. This is gonna sting. All right. Holds it together. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I got all the grit in the world, man. All the grit in the world.
And your fingers stick a little bit to his skin because it's inevitable with super glue, and then you kind of just pull it off, taking a few layers of and you get that like crust on your finger. Yeah, that doesn't go away ever.
Yeah.
Oh, but it's like blood crust.
Yep.
Because it is bleeding.
Both of those things.
Yeah.
Gross.
Luckily, nobody was hurt too bad, so that when they go home, they're like, "Why do you have a black eye?" Except for Crash, and Crash is
Trey's bike is bent in the middle.
yeah.
Yeah, it makes it a lot harder to ride. Thank you.
Skateboard commercials of the 80s were like, they can go 45 miles an hour and they have no brakes.
Mm-hmm.
So it's always like skateboard. That covers everything.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Nice.
So, you guys continue your way through the woods. Crash. You guys, it's not a very thick forest, but there are quite a few thick trees and some smaller ones. Crash, you've been in these woods before many times. This is where you go to smoke and maybe partake in other things in the woods.
Yeah.
If you so choose so. But you have tagged a few trees that kind of give you bearings as to where you're going. But I would like you are trying to find your way to this place. You've been there before, but not a ton. So I would like you to make a roll. You can determine what roll you want to do it with. What do you think? What were you thinking?
So he's gonna try brains, just try to remember.
Okay.
But if it comes to it, it's just grit, because he will not give up.
Okay.
You know, we are going there because I want to see some supernatural shit, because Dylan keeps saying, and I haven't seen it yet. So.
Okay. All right, make your roll.
Okay, brains is not the loner weirdo's high point.
Well, then that's why you have a choice. You can either use your brains or your grit or whatever.
Yeah, but I think he's gonna try to remember.
Okay.
Like, I got a 5.
5.
I gotta get into the right state of mind to remember, guys.
Yeah, right. It takes you a while. You kind of don't remember which order you tagged the trees in. What did you tag the trees with?
Stabbing.
Oh, okay.
Like,
not spray paint?
Yeah, like an X or a mark or something.
Okay.
So that, because I thought spray paint would be too visible. So I was trying to be sneaky, but
okay. Yeah, you are able to maneuver your way through because this isn't a huge it isn't one of your massive skills. You find it's kind of difficult. So it takes you guys a little bit longer through the woods than you told them it would. But does anyone actually wear a watch? Chad, does your watch have a calculator on it?
Would it? It would be very... Yes.
Just wondering. Okay.
It's for science.
Yeah, so you... For science. You guys, there's a break in the woods, and you see that there is a large building that's kind of... It seems a little out of place. Looks very factory, like a really old factory. It's pretty big in terms of, like, it's not, like, massive, but it's definitely maybe as big as your school, if not a little bit bigger. There is a fence around the perimeter, but Crash, you know that there is an opening in the fence, which you have seen before. The whole building is dark as far as you can see.
Anybody remember to bring a flashlight?
Goes into his bag.
Yeah, I would have had one as well.
I too am prepared, but mine's probably like surplus glow sticks or something. So if they pull out flashlights, I let it ride.
Okay, yeah, you guys can definitely have flashlights in your pack, so you knew that you were coming to a place like this.
All right.
So you lead them through the hole, I take it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you get to the back door, which you have you came up to before, but it kind of it stopped you. There is like a lock on it on the outside, like a pad, and then a lock on it. So how would you have prepared for that?
Well, first off, there's just massive amount of scratches all the way around it where I like try to rock or something earlier. And so I guess if I was prepared for it, I'd either have bolt cutters or a crowbar.
Okay. Probably a crowbar.
Okay.
Unless Chad's parents had it for some reason. Yeah. So you have a crowbar. How would you guys like to try to get through this door?
I mean, Crash and I can try and work together to pry off the lock.
Sure. Make a brawn check. please.
In this time, can I take like a small walk around the perimeter just to check it out?
Yeah, I was gonna do the same thing and see if there were any like busted out windows that we could possibly go through.
I rolled a 19.
Oh,
So, Crash, you hand over the crowbar, and you go to you kind of like stretch your knuckles and stuff, and Trey just breaks the lock. Wendy, it's a little impressive, but only in your head.
Wendy pretends not to have seen.
Okay. Boys, Chad and Dylan, you guys are walking around the perimeter. There are no windows that are broken, and I would like you guys to investigate this a little bit. So, what skill would you like to use to investigate?
brain?
I would say brain, because we're just like doing a cursory look around.
I seduce the window. I'm gonna roll charm.
The window says ooh.
Ooh, ooh. I got 6.
Water.
I got a modified 20.
Woo, boy! So, as you guys are walking around this building, Chad, it kind of just you looking at the ground is gross. The windows are kind of smudged on the outside, like nobody's cleaned it in a long time. There is, you guys get around to the front door. There's.
Was that a biohazard symbol on one of those barrels?
No,
Yes, there was.
That's what makes it spooky.
With your modified 20, you are able to tell that these windows are pretty grimy from the outside, but they are definitely clean on the inside, which is strange. It's hard to see in, but you do see in one of the rooms that there is like a small blue light, which you would know might be for some sort of electronic, like a computer or something. And as you guys make your way to the front, you see that there is a camera on the front door, and you can see this before it can see you, since you rolled so high.
That my other friends are directly under?
No, at the front door.
Oh, okay. I'll put my arm out and stop Chad and just
always check for traps.
And I'll just point up towards the camera.
Just
And
like-
it does have a blinking red light on it.
I thought you guys said that this place was abandoned.
That's what Crash told me.
We should warn the others.
Meanwhile, just
Frank.
massive.
Yeah, we'll start walking back the way that we came.
And as you do, you have gotten the three in the back. You've gotten the door. You've broken the lock. The door opens, and it's pretty dark inside, but it is a hallway with multiple doors.
Right, well, let's wait for the others before you go back in. Go in.
And they get back.
Okay.
There's a camera outside.
It's on.
Yeah, and I saw that there was a blue blinky light inside one of the rooms in there.
Wasn't this place supposed to be abandoned?
That's what I said.
That's what I thought.
Crash is like, yes, it has power. Come on. And he'll just walk in.
There he goes. We're gonna die.
Check
walk in
check for
with him.
traps.
Just very, very weakly says check for traps from the back.
Crash, you might actually want to try and keep it down, just in case.
All right. And I'm looking around. What do I see?
You see quite a few rooms. It seems to be some sort of like it wasn't quite a warehouse. Or if it was, the side that you're on, it has a lot of rooms. Like you pass the smoking lounge. You pass bathrooms. There's like a medical room, like the school would have. And it's all really clean in here. That's one thing you notice.
So, smoking lounge, vending machines.
There are vending machines in there,
Oh,
and they do have power.
I tap Trey and I'm like,
It's $1 for a pack.
I only got quarters. Yeah.
Chair.
It's abandoned.
I would like you to make a brawn check, please.
All right. Oh, plexiglass. 3.
Okay, so you throw this chair to everyone else's dismay. You throw this chair and you hit the wood paneling on it, not the glass part.
My aim's off.
Just mouth open. Just
Crash the fuck.
They don't call him Crash for nothing.
Free stuff, man. Free stuff. And he's looking at Trey like, throw a chair.
I did say we should probably keep it down a little bit. I don't know.
There's nobody here.
Does it? It kind of looks like it's been lived in.
Yeah, this doesn't seem right, guys. We're definitely pulling a B&E right now.
If you really want to pack, I just cram like a crumpled dollar at Crash.
The machine takes quarters.
Oh. Just like 1, 2, 3, 4.
And
Push it in. Yeah.
he takes your money, and he's like just as rich as you are, but he takes your money anyway. Out of like, yeah, now I got more. And he'll buy some Marlboro Reds in a box, and then immediately give like half of them to Trey.
All right. I mean,
Oh, you put them in the old pack?
an old pack.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like you're just,
Nice.
you can't pocket those. That's just not how it works.
He just puts it in an old pack and shoves it in his back pocket where it still gets crumpled up anyway.
Yeah. So what would you guys like to do now?
Can I use my intuitive to find out, I guess, what would be the I mean, it looks like there's several different rooms. Is there like a purpose for this building that I can kind of garner? Or if there are staff lounges, what the staff was doing? Like, is there a main hall or a main room at the end of the hall that I can peer into?
Yes. So definitely well, mostly. So you walk down the hallway and you see that there is like a big cafeteria. I'm not big, but there is a mess hall where people can eat food. There are labs for medical procedures, like Bunsen burners and shit they're not going, but there are lab setups. And you can tell that this might be some sort of medical facility, but you're not quite sure what for, just because I don't think you would have the actual knowledge.
Aptitude.
But as you guys are
Can I like point these out to people? Like,
Come on, Chad.
doesn't seem abandoned.
Crash has the crowbar and he's eyeballing the machines, and then he says to Dylan, he's like, so we'll pick up the treasure on our way out. Tensor's disc, like in Adventureland. When we were in Adventureland, we couldn't carry all the gold.
Well, I know that we couldn't carry all of the gold, but this is a little bit different. This is stealing.
And blank, like, no, it's abandoned.
I don't know
I know
if
when
it is abandoned.
Crash, there's power going through it. It's not abandoned.
I think we're just lucky. And he puts the crowbar away, though.
at that, you guys hear something.
Oh, no.
Some rushed footsteps.
That's it. We're going to jail.
Buzz.
Coming through the facility. You hear them kind of slide, and then where you guys were making this ruckus, throwing a chair, you kind of hear like a door slam open, and you just hear an older gentleman. What the fuck?
Hide.
I'm gonna just pull Dylan into like, I don't know, a supply closet or whatever.
Okay. the rooms on this floor, or the rooms around you, because you guys were near the medical stuff, all the doors are locked. But you guys can make your way down a little bit further, and try and find an open door.
Yeah.
He's kind of around the corner from you guys at this point.
Can I like grab a lamp and like put it on the floor and make it look like that's what made the sound?
Oh, like a floor lamp?
Yeah, like I'm just gonna like take it and gently put it down on the floor and then hide.
Okay. Yes, but you do know that when he hit the chair into the thing, there was some damage because he did hit a vending machine with a chair.
And the chair's probably still laying there.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, well in that case, forget that.
Amscray.
So you guys can move down. Someone can make a roll to see if they can find a good place to hide. Who would like to do that?
I'll do it using brains.
Okay.
Sounds like brains to me.
Oh, okay.
Because I need to survey the area to determine what a good hiding spot would be. That's a 14.
Okay. Yep, you are able. You run through a couple halls, Breakfast Club style, sliding as you go, and then you see a door that seems to be a little bit ajar, and you guys go in there, Come on. And so you kind of get in there and close the door, and there is a little bit of light in this room, and as you guys kind of like you're listening at the door, what's your marching order, guys?
I'm with Chad.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we all grouped up together, but who's standing at the door? I guess whoever would be the last one in, which probably be Trey, lagging behind Trey and Crash.
Right. I think Wendy would be between the nerd squad and the bullies.
They're not bullies. They're nice to me.
So the who's further in the room then? It'd be
Chad and Dylan.
Yeah, Dylan and
Okay.
Chad.
So you guys are listening at the door, but obviously there's not too much space at the door for you to hear through. There's too many bodies. So you kind of start looking around the room, and you see that there are these cages, like what you like Buffy the Vampire Slayer. They had those like where they kept the special books, cages like that. But it looks like some sort of holding cell for maybe like it would remind you of what a jail cell would look like. And as you guys continue to look around, and the three of you at the door, you're listening, and you can hear the footsteps going past you guys. So you've kind of run past that problem for the moment. The two in the back, you kind of look over, and you see that there is someone sitting in the cell that's at the back of the room. So you are facing them completely.
I just put a hand on Dylan's chest, like, and then grip the front of his shirt. Oh my god.
And Dylan is just going to begin walking towards it.
It is a woman.
Dylan.
She's kind of sitting on the floor, like looking at the ground. And as you guys kind of approach, she looks up at you, kind of confused, not expecting you.
Just a finger up, just.
Dylan, you see a woman who is in her probably late 40s, early 50s, long brown hair. She has green eyes that kind of remind you of your mother. And just like you get that kind of sense from her. Chad, you see a woman sitting in front of you. She's quite a bit younger, probably in her 30s. She's got blonde hair and blue eyes.
I'm gonna continue walking.
And she kind of sits up as you guys walk in.
Dylan.
So there's just two women here?
There's one woman.
There's one
Yeah,
woman.
we each see a different one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shoot.
You
Have
see
you
her,
guys-
don't you?
turned around to see her yet?
Hearing Chad, like, the sounds of trying to stop Dylan, Trey looks back around.
Yeah, I think actually Windy is pressed really close to Trey.
That's it.
So Trey, as you walk forward, you see a woman sitting on the floor with curly red hair. She's got dark, almost like brown eyes, looking up at you. She's got a little freckling going on. Windy, you see someone who reminds you of your sister. So blonde, younger, very timid and shy. Crash, are you looking at the cage?
Yeah, after I chase the guard off with my bat, I turn around and I'm like, it just stops, and he's like, free these people, come on.
There's just the one.
There's just the one.
Oh, just the one. Just let's get her out of here.
She's gonna stand up and kind of put her fingers through the chain. Are you guys here to save me?
Who are you?
My name's Tasha.
What are you doing here, Tasha?
Why are you behind bars?
Why does that sound so familiar?
Dylan.
Dylan?
Hero.
Yeah, no, Dylan is just going to ask,
What are you doing here?
Uh-oh.
You're muted.
LB, you're quiet.
I'm not muted.
yeah,
No.
there.
Can you hear me?
She's in character. Come on.
They took me and they brought me here.
Why?
Oh my god, my mom warned me about places like this.
I don't know.
Are they hurting you?
And she kind of looks down at the ground.
This is a slave pit. Come on, Wendy. Your mom was right. Let's rattle this cage. And you see the Crash is about to grab the door and just start.
I'm just gonna grab Crash by the collar. Whoa!
Chain link is disadvantage on stealth.
Just put hands up.
Back then.
Guys, we need to call the police. This is crazy.
They are the police.
Oh shit.
What?
And she'll be dead by the time we get back. We're gone. It's probably CIA or something.
What do you mean? They are the police. Are you in? Is this a jail?
Oh no, it's the.
Are we in jail right now?
It's the government. It's the people. I don't know. They don't tell me a lot.
I saw science stuff. They're probably doing experiments on people, like the Russians did in the 50s.
Chad starts hyperventilating and walks away.
Do you have like Weapon X or something? Are you like Wolverine? Do you have like special powers or something?
For some reason, your mic keeps.
Oh,
Cutting.
sorry.
You're probably just being too quiet.
Yeah.
You're being too.
Not that I know of.
How long have you been here?
All right, guys, we can ask her all these questions later. We should. This is wrong. I'm with Crash. We have to get her out.
Yeah.
They can open the panel. They can open the cage in the room across the hall.
All right.
It is a metal door that has like numbers on it, and it's magnetically sealed.
Okay. Trey's gonna go back up to the door they came in and listen up and see if he hears any movement outside.
Okay. Make a roll.
I'm sorry.
Alright.
How sure are we want to do this?
What role would this be for?
Very sure.
Flight, maybe?
All right, flight sounds good to me. That's a 5.
Okay. You don't hear anything. You peek out in the door, and you can hear down the hall, like down across around a corner, you can hear two people like talking to each other, in like not hushed voices, but they're very like, I don't know, man, what's something's going on, like that sort of thing. But you do see across the hall is a door labeled control room.
Okay.
Okay. Would you?
All right,
Like
I'm gonna. You just be like, I'll be right back, and like slink over to the control room door and try.
Be careful.
All right, you try the door and it is unlocked. As you walk inside, you see that there are a bunch of monitors, and some are to what look like might be interrogation rooms. Some are medical rooms. There is one in the front of the woman's cage, pointing in on her. And as you make a brains check for me.
You guys, this is the wrong person for this one. That is a 1.
Should have took one of the nerds.
Yeah, you look at all of the keyboards and the switches, and you have no idea what to do.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Mhm.
Fuck. Don't they usually label a switch and just press a button on a keyboard?
Can I see what he's doing from here?
You can. You're probably keeping a close eye on him.
Yeah.
The computer screen monitor comes up, and it's a green command prompt, like with just the blinking line.
Open. Or I guess he would hunt and peck.
Yeah. Wendy turns to Chad. He has no idea what he's doing.
Oh dear God. I've got just like.
Are there any big red buttons?
And at this point, Crash is holding the bars, and he's like kind of close to the woman, and he's like, "We'll get you out. It's okay."
And she kind of puts her hand on your hand for a
Okay.
moment. There are no big red buttons. Sorry.
Can Chad like sidle?
I go back to the door and just
Throws up his hands. Chad just like slides across the wall.
I don't fucking know how this works.
Well, neither do we're in high school.
You watch movies, right? There's got to be like the command prompt or something.
Wendy keeps a lookout for them.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna roll a brains to see what's
Do it.
good.
And watch those ceiling tiles. There's probably laser turrets in there.
You're not helping.
Dylan, what does Dylan think of this?
This is just like 1,000-yard stare situation. Like,
This is like the room with 3,000 spikes and Tomb of Horrors all over again.
That's a 12.
Okay. You have a basic computer skill. So I'm gonna say you type in open cell door
Room number, whatever.
Yeah, and you hit enter, and you hear a click, and then the second one on the left opens, which would lead you to assume that the fourth cell is hers. So you are able to type that in.
Is there anything in cell 2?
No.
Okay.
All the other cells are empty.
All right.
I mean, you didn't check, so you don't really know, but
Yeah.
it'll be fine.
yeah.
Open cell 4. We are getting out of here.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you.
Crash in front of you, the door, you can hear the click, and the cell slides a little bit, and she kind of just takes your hand and squeezes it.
Okay.
And she says to you, I need to get something out of the storage room. Will you please take me there?
Let's go.
Okay. Wendy, you do hear this. These cells aren't very quiet, so you kind of hear, the guys are like, "Did you hear that?" down the hallway.
Wendy's going to like signal to Chad and Trey, like,
Close the door. While we're there, can I try to erase our
Right.
footage? Or is that too above me?
You rolled a 12?
Yes, ma'am.
You gotta backtrace it.
Yeah, I'm gonna say probably not in the time that you have.
Okay.
I mean, this isn't like delete file. This is like you have to like type in all the command prompts and like get the footage up and.
Mm-hmm.
That is totally the wrong thing.
Oh God.
Oh no.
and go down and switch magnetic tapes.
So, Chad, as you hit the enter and as you see the door opening, as the girl is walking out of the cell, you see the camera kind of flicker a little bit, and you see her form kind of just appears really bright for a moment, and then she's out of the cell.
I don't like that. I hate it. Thanks.
So the guards are coming. What would you guys like to do?
Hide or run.
You run.
I was saying hide or run because I'm gonna just try and close the control room door very softly. And is there a lock on it?
Yes, on the inside.
Okay.
Trey, they have keys.
Are they visible yet?
They are pretty close to coming around the corner. If you guys have you can either hide or you can run. You got to do it now.
All right, I'm gonna take my cue from what Wendy does.
No pressure.
No pressure.
Yeah, great. Yeah, Wendy will just close the door slowly, softly, and then hide behind the door.
Okay.
Yeah, Trey's gonna close the door, lock it, and just kind of hold it shut.
Okay. So
Quick, find an exit.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Just looking around for like a convenient air vent.
So you guys are standing by your doors, being very quiet. What is Dylan doing?
I am going to look at my friends and this lady who, did I hear that she said that she needed to get to the supply room as well?
Yes.
I am going to say to all of them,
I'll cast Expeditious Retreat, and then I'll start running down the hallway, and I'll lead them outside. You guys go and find whatever it is that she's looking for, and then we can meet back at the Paul Bunyan statue.
I'm sorry, what's your flight?
My Expeditious Retreat.
oh, my flight is a D12.
Okay, all right. He's pretty fast then.
Yeah.
And I would know that.
Dylan, man, if they go in a room, use the super glue, spray it and lock. It shuts it down. They'll have to break the door down to get out.
But from a purely mechanical position, when you're skilled at something, you basically take 9 for that.
Yeah, you can
take 9.
that. Yeah.
Okay. I can guarantee that I'll be able to get away from them. It's like, Dylan, no, I'm faster than you. I can do it.
What are the odds the others are planning something really stupid right now?
And
for that matter, I kind of look like Tasha. They're probably going to be more likely to go after me.
You don't look like her at all.
You guys hear the guards approaching the door.
No time.
We can figure this out later. Go.
I'm going.
There's something I want to ask you later.
Push Dylan out of the way, and then just like bust open the door, and just make a run for it, like as fast as she can go.
Okay. So you bust open this door, and the guards are right there, so they kind of take it to the face.
Right.
And you, they kind of are stunned for a second, and you're just gonna book it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
So you start running. Make your flight.
All right.
That sounds really bad.
So I'm skilled at sports, and track is sports. So I'm gonna sports.
Okay, sports. You are able to book it down this hallway, and you make. Are you going to try to get to the back door? What are you trying to do?
I'm gonna go to the place that I know that I can get out of.
Okay.
So I go there.
Okay, cool. You guys hear, and everyone can hear this. The guards, oh fuck, god damn it! And then they see, hey, get back here! And they start taking off after your friend.
I just keep on going.
I turn to Tasha.
Where do we need to go to get your thing?
We have to go to the supply room. Or the storage room.
Let's go.
I turn to Trey, and there's that camera zoom from The Office.
Trey, you remember where this is. You passed it on the way in. The storage
Huh?
room. You passed this. You remember where it was because you were trying to take note of where everything is.
Yeah, I mean they're still in the other room though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's true. Sorry.
Are one of the camera screens showing Wendy taking flight?
Yes. Did you say anything as you ran away? Like catch me or?
No. I just looked it. I didn't say anything.
Okay.
Because I want them to think that I'm Tasha.
Okay. So you look on you hear this noise and you're like, what the fuck? And you look at Chad, and past Chad you can see is Wendy blonde?
Yes.
You see a blonde figure just run past.
Fuck.
You also see 2 guards running after her, and on another monitor you see 2 more.
Okay.
You're not sure where though.
Right. Trey's having an internal dialogue, which is never split the party, but also to protect the rogue. So he's gonna run out after Wendy, trying to not like being super loud about it,
Yeah.
But trying to find his way back to the door because he knows that's probably where she's gonna go.
Okay.
And he wants to help her if she gets caught.
It's like, oh hey, look, I'm just another one of these security guards.
Yeah, kind of.
All right. What are the rest of you doing?
Chad runs out in the middle of the hall, looks towards Trey, looks the opposite way if there's anybody else coming.
You don't see anyone else coming down the hallway.
Just grabbing Tasha and then heading off towards the supply closet or the storage area.
Yep.
Without the person who knows where the storage closet is.
Yeah.
She can take you there. So you are booking it. Are you weaving your way around? I would like you to make a brains for me. So if in this tense situation, if you can figure out how to get out.
15.
Not you.
Oh.
Sorry, Wendy.
Great. I'm not bad at brains.
Okay.
I'm not bad.
I'm not bad at brains.
I'm pretty
That's
average.
Trey.
Ooh, it's a 10. It's the highest I can roll.
Cool.
Smart cookie is me.
All right, so you are weaving your way through, and actually are able to like take a little bit more time to go down a hallway that you saw that led to another hall. Like you can kind of zigzag,
Nice.
which will give them some advantage on getting
I'll
out.
take them up and down stairs if I can. I'm just trying to wear them out at this point.
You're
Okay.
gonna MC Escher them.
Yep.
That's right.
Trey, you take off. You were trying to follow them. It's you were right behind them, so it's not that hard. You are catching up to the guards because you are faster than them because they're older. They're not, young brawny boys. So the rest of you, you are making it to the storage room. You are running down the hallways. Again, Breakfast Club slide, and it's right there. And she kind of goes over and unlocks wiggles the door. And she says, "It's locked. We need to kick it in."
Crash?
Alright.
Wait, you have a crowbar.
I like to think that she doesn't even finish her sentence before Crash just.
And I kick it in. I guess I do like a WWE thing where I run and try to throw both feet into it. You know?
Nice kick.
Go ahead and roll it, sir.
Brawn.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm not bad at brawn. Pull a Wendy line.
Or you could use fight because you're trying to.
I mean, you are doing a WWE move.
All right. I will definitely use
Would that
fight.
be charm them?
Okay, fair.
Ooh, yeah.
A 12.
Nice.
Okay, you kick in the door. There is a large bang when you do it. And she kind of just you did a 2-legged kick, so you are on the ground.
Exactly.
It kind of hurt you a little bit more than you were expecting. Like it looked really cool,
Knocked the wind
but it
out of
hurt.
me.
Yeah. So she kind of runs in, and you see her filing through a couple things, and then grabs something and pulls it to her, and then pushes past you guys, and she's, come on, let's go.
Yeah. Okay. Following this lady. She seems like an important NPC.
We're pretty ride or die at this point.
Yeah.
You guys are... Wendy, you are running away from the guards. The guards are chasing you. Trey, you're chasing the guards. And Wendy, you turn the corner and you see the back door. And you're like, fucking yeah, got this. And then you see 2 guards step in front of the door. So there are 2 in front of you, 2 behind you. You kind of look over at them. You look behind you, the guards. Trey's hoofing it behind them. And you're, the fuck are you doing? You guys are moving through the halls at a quickened pace. Dylan, you are lagging behind. Chad, you are also lagging a little behind. And you guys get to a T intersection where you see Wendy is running. She's coming down the hallway. You know that the door is on your left. You can look over and say, well, Crash, you see that there are 2 guards at that door and 2 guards behind her. The woman just steps out and she kind of like grabs Wendy and pulls her back. Like, it's a little, yeah, exactly. And they're gonna come into the doorway, and both guards or all 2 sets of guards are gonna kind of converge on this section. And Trey, you're behind them. What would you like to do?
Throw my body at them like a wrecking ball.
If I see Trey, can I like slide in front of the guards and like into that fetal position to make a block?
Yeah.
Sure.
All right, Braun.
Sure. Whatever. What do you think whatever you think.
Yeah, I'm just throwing my body as hard as I can. At
Total cross body block. You know.
It's just a wall.
That is an 18 total.
Damn.
Oof. I got an 8, if that means anything in Braun.
Holy carp.
Was Dylan gonna do something?
Crash, I need your lighter.
Is yours like a Zippo as well?
No, mine's probably cheap.
Okay.
It's a Bic.
Yeah.
All right.
It's blue.
All right. So I'm going to use 2 of my ad tokens to have had spray paint in my side pack.
Solid.
So if I see them in a group in basically a 15-foot cone, I'm going to yell out "Burning Hands."
Oh my god. Okay.
Look, we need to get out of this fucking place, and a wizard uses every trick in the book.
Cool. Okay, so what would you like to roll for that?
I would say brains.
Okay, I could see that because you have to know how to do this.
Yeah.
And it's not like it's very skilled thing that you're doing. So go ahead.
That's amazing. That's a 19 on the die.
Nice.
All right, so this is what happens. These 2 guards, or the 4 guards, kind of converge in front of you, standing in this line. Chad, you hear the footsteps of Trey, who's coming down. You know that he's barreling down, and you're like, I got this. Mostly because Trey rolled so high. So you are going to, hearing the footsteps coming close, you get down on your knees in front of one of the guards, and he's like, hey, kid! And then Trey just comes out of fucking nowhere, grabs 2 of them. They fall over you onto the ground, and Dylan's like, burning hands! Above your head, you feel this flame, and the 2 guards, what the fuck? And they're like patting fire off themselves. You have successfully distracted the guards. What would you like to do?
Get the fuck out of here! Jesus!
I take a 40 and I slam it in the ground and yell, scatter!
So Chad and Trey, you guys feel a hand on your backs, and as you look up, you see this woman that you saw. She just like full on pulls you guys to your feet, and you guys start booking it towards the doors. The guards are very confused. They don't know what the fuck is happening there. You can see one of them's like going to his radio, but he's like messing with the dials. He's like, got a concussion at this point.
The concussion or on fire. Take your pick.
Right? So you guys bust through the back door. You guys crawl under the fence and are just hoofing it through the woods. Go ahead.
At the doorway, Crash turns around and he points at a big skull, like chrome skull belt buckle with these little bright, fake ruby eyes.
Yeah.
And he does a bunch of thrusts, and then he's coming on them, and then he's like,
Fair enough.
God.
Okay.
I knocked over the lamp on purpose. Ah!
So you guys are running through the woods with this woman, and you kind of all stop and catch your breath. And she turns to Crash, and she just kind of puts her hands on his face, and she says, thank you so much, and like touches her forehead to his. And she fumbles through her pockets for the thing that she was that she had gone to get.
So,
did we manage to like grab our bikes and everything? Like we didn't leave all of that?
Yeah, you
Okay.
you definitely had time to grab your bike.
I'm trying because like in order to do the burning hands trick, my hand would have gotten a pretty decent amount of spray paint on it. So at this
Yeah.
point, I'm just trying to like rub it off in some plants.
Fair enough. What
does
everyone
anybody
else doing?
know what just happened?
And
we,
she... Go ahead.
we freed this lady from some government tyranny. Look, that place. We need to burn it down.
No. We are not violent. And she kind of puts her hand on his chest.
Good. Fooled me.
The fuck is we?
And he's starting to smile. He can't help himself.
I'm sorry I had to deceive you. I appear to be what you wish to see. I'm not like you. And she kind of looks down at her hand, and she has this device. It seems what it would look like to us today as like a mobile phone. She kind of looks down at it and starts to press buttons on it, and it lights up, and a display kind of comes up off of it.
We all flinch away from it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like lean in closer. Like what the fuck?
This is like
she
Star
said-
Trek.
The hand pulls him back.
Yeah, both Chad and Trey.
And she starts messing with it, and she kind of looks up at Crash. She says, thank you for coming for me.
Anytime.
Mm-hmm.
But who are you?
It's hard to explain. I'm just not from here.
Where are you from?
Like
The Beast
Canada?
Lads, the Infinite Layers of the Abyss. It's really important. Like what's alignment set?
California?
She kind of walks up to you, Dylan, and if you'll let her, she wants to take your hand.
Sure.
She kind of holds your hand for a second and looks at you. And you kind of see your mom in her, and she says, I guess you could say I'm from the Feywild. And she lets go of your hand.
My
Gods! And I'll turn and look at the rest of them.
And she looks at Crash, and she says, I think we are safe. You may tell them if you feel so comfortable.
Wait, what?
And Crash is like, guys, you guys are heroes. This is awesome.
No? What?
That's my mom. My real mom.
What the fuck?
Are we close to the stadium?
No, you guys are still quite a ways into the woods.
Okay. You see Chad just like start walking, puts his bag in front of him. He has this 1,000-yard stare, and he's just like ruffling in his bag for that burrito.
Chad's gonna go walk into the ocean.
This is not happening. And I'm like, this is my real mom. You guys rock.
I will like bow and kneel in front of her.
Uh,
Does she suddenly look? Does she suddenly look like Gladriel to Dylan?
Yeah. You see like this bright light around her all of a sudden, and like her ears extend a little bit.
If they ever made a movie about Lord of the Rings, you would be Gladriel.
You are all very brave, and you have helped us immensely. You don't understand, so I will gift upon you true sight. And she looks at Dylan.
He's just eating the burrito, like, whatever.
You guys see her form shifts into this sort of almost like a beacon of light, but there's no, it's not radiating off her. It is just, she is made up of it's basically a human form with galaxies and like lights shining through it. And you can see that her face, she's kept kind of a humanoid face with the nose and mouth, eyes, all that sort of stuff, but it is very like ethereal.
Chad hucks his burrito into the woods. He's done.
Wendy's just like watching dumbfounded the entire time, and she doesn't even realize that she's holding on to Trey's arm.
And she kind of reaches her hand out for Crash. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Oh, he just takes her hand.
Where do we go from here then?
You may return to whatever it is you've done before. We must return home.
But I'm gonna lose my best fighting buddy.
And you see he becomes a little verklempt, and then he's like, he hands you his board, his skateboard, and
I have no idea how to skateboard.
he's like, ride well, my brother, ride well. And he takes off the messenger bag and he looks at Chad. Does Chad like walk away or look away?
No, he's just come back.
Okay. And he
Just had to stress eat a little bit.
Yeah.
and he puts the bag on you and he's like, now you're doubly prepared. And
Pats
Dylan?
the chest.
you're a hero, buddy. You're a hero. And Wendy, you know, sorry we didn't get to hang more, but I like the way you're fighting the power. Keep on fighting.
And with that, you guys feel a wind pick up. The clouds seem to split, and through it, if you look up, you can see what looks to be spinning clouds. And as Crash joins with this woman, she takes his hand and she kind of like flicks his mohawk a little bit, and you know they won't recognize you if you look like this.
But these are my friends. They should. All right. And he changes form in front of you, but he still does the. But it's galaxies and stuff.
There's a sound of like a bag dropping and then another bag dropping. As Chad just stares up like, yeah, okay.
Would anyone like to say anything before?
No.
I think we all just start throwing horns at him.
As you all raise your horns into the air, these two figures before you, your friend Crash and this otherworldly being, begin to lift up into what seems to be a whirlwind of air. You watch them ascend into this swirling cloud, and the swirling cloud begins to drift upwards and then away.
All right, Chad, I think you're right. I don't think Dylan's fabricating this.
Well, you thought I was fabricating this?
Oh my god, you actually have a ghost girlfriend.
I didn't think that was actually real.
Just fierce nods.
She now lives in Canada. Oh.
Yeah.
I would scream vindication into the night, but I am so tired.
Chad, you
does any-
glanced at your. Go ahead.
does anybody want brownies?
Just sit in the middle of the woods, passing out snacks.
I have
Yeah, we
some
all just like
burgers.
sit directly where we are.
Let's
They're
play
all
some
crushed,
D&D.
but Mom made them. I just want to know what you think about them. Right? Just let me know.
Oh, your mom made these.
Yeah. 'Cause she
Insight
did.
check. I drop a d20.
What time is it?
Yeah, what time?
What time is it?
Chad, you look at your watch and it is very close to. It's like 12:30.
It's 12:30.
So does that mean we're not getting through the rest of the
We
dungeon
just
tonight?
lost our psionic drow. You think we're gonna make it to the end without him? No, I need to roll something up. That way your guys' adventure wasn't at least for nothing.
I was kind of hoping to get to the end of it, but I guess this works too.
Next time.
Next time.
Oh, I asked my mom if it was okay if all you guys could come over next weekend. We could just do it then.
Will there be ghosts, aliens, or the monster from the Black Lagoon?
Just to win Genasi. This time.
Okay.
Spoilers.
Hey, whoa! Wait a minute.
Yet.
Well, at least the monster from the Black Lagoon might take me to the Spring Fling.
Wendy? Do you want to go to the spring fling together?
You know what? Let's all go to the Spring Fling together. And like, Wendy takes Dylan and Chad's hands and pointedly leaves Trey out.
I'll extend my hand out for Trey.
I'll grab onto Dylan's hand.
And on that beautiful last note, we will end tonight's session. A mother and son reunited, gone to the clouds, friends becoming stronger friends with the shit that they have to deal with. Finn.
Amazing. Yay!
And
God.
TV to be my conspirator.
But I had no idea until 10:53 what it was. No idea.
That's how you gotta do it.
Yeah, I was like, do you mind being part of it? Like being part of like the thing that's happening? He's like, yeah. I was like, I just like, and I feel like, what if I just send you the thing when it happens? He's like, yeah, that's fine. I'm like, all right. It said, the woman in this cell is an alien, just like you. And then it went on, but
Amazing.
That's why I was like,
Fan.
when I was reading it, because I didn't want to be like grin, you know.
Nice.
I love it. Thank you. Thank you, LB, for setting us on this fun journey.
Thanks, LB.
It's always a joy.
Always a pleasure. I'm glad that we could be our weird kids once more. Now, speaking of weird kids, RJ, where can we find you? What do you do?
Fuck you.
whoa.
Hostility.
I was normal growing up. It wasn't until I met you guys that I got weird.
Right. That's what they all say.
Yeah. Hey everybody, I am RJ here on the channel, but you can find me on Twitter and Twitch at rjustice282, where I play Overwatch with 1, 2, 3 of these people. You can also find me on the Wednesday game, coming up on Curse of Strahd, and on Mondays and Tuesdays as Calum, the Shadow Cleric on Mondays, Tuesdays as God damn, that's a lot. The Warlock Tiefling Hubris, and also Saturdays on Pro Restarted Stream as Ajax. Listen, the initiate. Whoa.
That was a lot.
Yeah.
LB, where can we find you? What do you do?
Hi, I'm LBHackemUp. You can find me on the Indoor Adventures channel Monday and Tuesday nights. Friday nights, you can find me on Pro Restarters channel playing the Birthright campaign. Sunday, not this Sunday, because I will be at, well, you can find me at the Phantom of the Opera, but normally I play in Encounter Roleplay's Fates game. I'm excited to see what happens while I'm gone, because, like, it got real fast, so who knows?
Yes. All right, Danae, where can we find you? What do you do?
I'm Danae Keener. You can find me at DanaeKeener.com. I do drawings, and you can find my portfolio there, which is to say my Tumblr blog. So I do doodles for most of our games, and you can find all of them there. I'm also going to run that Curse of Strahd game on Wednesday.
Yes.
So y'all should tune in to see who survives and who doesn't, and who survives, and that'll be great.
All right, then. Graybeard, where can we find you? What do you do?
I'm Graybeard of Graybeard Stafford, not normally with a mohawk. The best place to find me is Tuesday nights as I play Krunk Goreblast on Indoor's channel. And I now play on Thursdays. I play Bavard on Pro Restarter's channel for the Blue Rose game, the game of romance and smooches. And on Sundays I play Darkest Dungeon right here on my channel, or not right here, on my channel. And I was a little sad. Other than my headphones and my jacket and mohawk, I didn't have any props to play with tonight. So there's lots of props, and it's usually a good time. 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, usually till noon. If we're having a good time, we stretch it out a little bit. See me there.
Hell yeah. And Tyler, where can we find you? What do you do?
Yep, sorry, I couldn't press keys. My name's Tyler. You can find me on Twitter at Frothy Inferno, which I don't ever tweet. You can only ever find me as a guest on here every once in a while, so look forward to me in the future sometimes. We'll find out.
Curse of Strahd. You'll be in Curse of Strahd.
As a guest.
Well,
yes.
but
You'll be there Wednesday, though.
But I'll be there Wednesday, so you'll see me Wednesday.
Yes, I am excited. And if you have made it this far, you've probably already realized I am the Indoor Adventurer, and you have been at twitch.tv/theinDoorAdventurer. We have streams Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday night, most all of which are tabletop role-playing games, and probably from here on out are going to be more tabletop role-playing games that you can find the VODs of if you can't catch us live on Twitch at youtube.com/theinDoorAdventurer. Then if you are not exactly a visual medium kind of person and you would prefer to listen in on our games, we also have them uploaded at indooradventures.podbean.com, as well as any other audio listening platforms. That's Spotify, aka Spoofy, iTunes, Google Play, Overcast, all of these places that you can listen into podcasts. You can find us there under the name Indoor Adventures. 2019 shall be the year we take over the indoor air conditioner repair, people, or so help me God. But that is it for our game. I would like to say thank you very much to everybody who decided to stop by. We are going to be, I believe, going into an after show, if you guys would like to, for Nights in the Courtyard, revisiting the kids, where we basically get to ask each other questions about our characters outside of the game, so that way they can be a little bit more insightful, or you can just generally ask, like, why the fuck did you do this? And I will probably have to answer if the question's directed at me. Otherwise, divert. But you can find that there at patreon.com/theinDoorAdventurer, where you can also gain access to our Discord, as well as a bunch of other awesome stuff. So we are going to be heading into that now. But again, I wanted to say thank you to everybody who decided to stick by on this Saturday evening and listen to us be kids once more. All right, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.